539-1776 to book your appointment today, or just visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Time to get up, get out of bed. Fill your cup and get ahead with WKGN. 1340.
I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
Ladies and gentlemen.
All I know is you never had the makings for varsity athlete.
What is it with you and this obsession with this varsity crap?
People come to us because we don't sell them an
They can't refuse because of the implication.
You wonder ever you're a bad man?
World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door.
Some things are a matter of duty.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute.
And I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the pool.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be. So it is. So it is. So it is. So it is.
It's a Tennessee thing!
Well, I'm holding on.
Back in the booth, back on the airways, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Happy Thursday morning to you. John Reed, Cody McClure, bad news, Bubba. It is Talk Sports. We are getting closer and closer to football time in Tennessee. Cody McClure, top of the morning to you, my friend.
Top of the morning. It is beautiful Thursday. Good to be here. Good to be anywhere. Yeah. We're happy to be here. Welcome to Talk Sports. Good morning to the freaks. Hope you're all well. But you're not really mentally. Most of you are probably ought to be in a nut house, for being honest, but that's why we love you. Good day. Good day. How's it going over there? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Got a good start to the day. Everything. Did you have your oatmeal?
No oatmeal, no food.
Your cream of wheat?
Nope.
What is it that people eat for breakfast at your age?
Nothing over here.
Nothing?
Nothing over here.
Just fasting?
No, just don't eat breakfast. I eat something at 11.
No, well, that's fasting.
That's not fasting. That's just skipping breakfast.
That's fasting. I mean, it's like intermittent fasting, I guess, is kind of what they call that.
No, I eat at 11, and then 2, and then 5, and then a snack at like 8 or 9. No, I don't fast. I just skip breakfast.
Yeah, but that's kind of what that is.
I guess intermittent fasting is longer. Usually it's
like
14, 16 hours. No.
Yeah. Yeah. So
like
you eat in like an 8-hour period.
Yeah. No, that's not what I do.
But I feel that if you're not eating, you're always in a fasted state. If once you wake up, I mean, you're in a fasted state because you've been going several hours without eating just by sleeping.
Yeah. It's just skipping breakfast though. Like I'll eat lunch early.
Yeah, I mean, you can call it whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I'm calling it skipping breakfast.
Okay. Well, that's what I do too. I skip breakfast.
Yeah, but you always call it fasting. You
I
put a label on it, and
I fast the first 3 hours of the day.
Feel good. You good?
Am I good? Yeah.
What'd you have for breakfast?
I'm all right. I haven't had anything.
Nothing for breakfast.
No,
either?
I'm fasting.
Wow, you're fasting.
Yeah, I have nitro. I have nitro black.
Oh,
the first thing I put in my mouth every day is motor oil and Zen.
I don't think that's fasting then, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, this keeps you in a fasted state.
Have you got coffee and all that cream and everything in there?
There's no cream in that.
Yeah, but you got one behind you, I'm sure, with cream in it.
That's true.
Yeah.
And that you could say may be enough to break a fast. I don't know if that bit of cream breaks a fast or not.
I'm sure it's got sugar in there too.
A little bit of brown sugar. It probably breaks the fast. The iced brown sugar grande oat milk shaken espresso probably does break the fast, but it's all about insulin response. I've done a lot of research on this.
Okay,
you're talking to somewhat of an expert.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, I've long told people I could be a nutritionist with all the information I've gotten over the years. There's nothing people love doing more with a fat dude than telling him how to lose weight. And if you're that guy, just know that we got you spotted. For whatever reason, as a fat person, at some point your weight comes up with in conversation with someone at some point in time. And you know what they always – here's the line. You want to know the line? You say, oh, yeah, I'm doing boy, I got to get a few pounds off, right? You want to know the line? Here's what they say. Here's what you need to do. And it starts like that. I'm like, oh, great, we got another dietitian on our hands. My uncle, he lost about 75 pounds. Here's what he did. That's how it always starts. I know what to do. It's a basic formula. I guess they think that just because we're fat means we're ignorant of what to do. Like, oh, I don't know why I'm this way. I don't know how I got in this body. I have no idea. Obviously, you need to eat less, fatso. I get it. I know that. I know which foods are healthy, which ones aren't. I know what has carbs and what doesn't. I know that if you burn more calories than you take in, it puts you in a deficit, and that's how you lose weight, and every pound is worth like 3,000 calories. I get all that. That's what I'm saying. I could be a dietitian with everything I've learned over the years, or a nutritionist at least. I know how to do it. I know all about it.
So just the fact that you know that you need to take in less food makes you a dietitian?
I don't really know.
You made it sound really simple there. It's just like, hey, you understand, like, hey, eat less food. I don't think that qualifies you to be a dietitian.
No, I'd say more like a nutritionist.
I don't think that qualifies you to be a nutritionist either. Just to,
I think a nutritionist,
to know that, like, hey, eating less food will make me less fat. Like that. I think there's a little bit more that you need to know.
I don't think there is. I think nutritionist is a pretty fancy title for just person who knows what a proper diet is. What does a nutritionist do? Do you have their job duties in front of you? Like what is the job of a nutritionist?
At what level?
I don't, just your average nutritionist. Like,
well, I know a nutritionist over at UT, and she has to come up with specific game plans for each person. Everybody's got different goals and different bodies.
Okay, so she works in a college athletics department.
Yeah, and she, somebody needs to gain weight. Somebody needs to gain a certain amount of muscle. She has to develop different plans.
Do you think it's a hard job?
I think it's a hard job.
Like, for the person who needs to gain weight, we're going to go more calorie dense with them. For the person who needs to lose weight, we're going to cut some calories. Right? Like, is that not the general? I'm not saying what they do is not, important work, or it's like it's not as easy as driving Uber or whatever. I'm just saying, like, I think it's not probably that hard of a job. But also, I was being kind of facetious with what I was saying in terms of, like, that I could do it just because of all the advice. Really, the point of this was all the advice I've gotten over the years is what I was saying, how everybody wants to give you advice.
I got to say, just from this is anecdotal. This is just me and your relationship. So maybe you have a different relationship.
Here's what you got to do.
Maybe you have a different relationship with a bunch of people. You're the one that's always talking food and diets in our friendship. You're the one that's always bringing it up.
Well, I'm not saying
you talk about it frequently with many people.
Not about me losing weight. That's
you do.
No,
You talk a lot.
No,
The freaks who listen have heard you talk about 18 different diets over the last 3 years. Oh, I'm doing this.
Well,
now.
that's just, I mean,
Here's what I'm doing
radio
now.
fodder. I mean, updates in my life.
You
like,
do that around the
hey,
office.
Cody,
too.
how you doing?
No.
I'm on keto again.
When you eat clean or you're trying to eat clean here at the studio, you make sure everybody knows. You tell everybody on the radio.
No, I don't.
Every single person knows. Oh, I'm eating clean now. I've had my oatmeal. I've done this. I made me a breakfast. You make sure to tell everybody. I brought a bunch of egg whites. Oh God, that was a bad week, Bubba. When Cody was bringing like eggs.
Egg whites?
He was bringing like eggs and putting them in the microwave.
You're talking about boiled eggs.
Oh, sure, boiled eggs.
Putting eggs in the microwave. That was where you crack the egg into the thing and you stir it up.
Did you not put that in the microwave?
Yeah, but that
okay.
wasn't,
So putting eggs in the
that
microwave
wasn't egg whites. That was scrambled eggs.
Okay, either way, putting eggs in the microwave. There's been different egg things. You put that egg in the microwave. And
eggs are good for you. I
understand,
love eggs.
but you stunk it up, and then you're just carrying around boiled eggs.
Oh, I stunk it up.
And made sure to tell everybody. Every time you go on one of your new diets, you tell
you're
everybody.
You're one to talk.
You're CrossFit
Mr. warming the broccoli up in the microwave every other day. You're one to talk about stinking up the office.
That's fine.
Yeah,
but instead of
I can't warm up eggs, but you can warm up broccoli.
Instead of me being defensive about it, I'll say maybe I have done that a couple of times and stunk it up.
I'm not being defensive.
Yeah, it is.
I have cooked the eggs.
You just said first you said eggs. Break eggs, put eggs in the
microwave.
Well,
no, I said egg whites because you said egg whites, and I was like, I'm not egg whites guy. The whole egg.
You're a CrossFit guy. Every time you have a new diet, you make sure you tell.
I would be.
Well, I mean, you just tell everybody everything. Like you whenever you've discovered new diets.
CrossFit people.
Well, because that's the stereotype about them. Somebody does CrossFit, they tell you about it, right? That's what the stereotype is.
No, what it is all you jackasses around this office.
I forgot whenever he's doing the carnivore diet, and he was telling everybody, "I'm just eating meat, nothing but meat over here."
Is all you jerks around this office. If you see me with a bowl of overnight oats, everybody's like, "What are you eating, Cody? What's that?" Everyone takes a real curiosity in my diet.
No,
I don't. I don't take
more than anybody.
I don't take a bowl of overnight oats and just go around the office. Hey, everybody, look! I've got overnight oats. Yeah, I'm eating overnight oats because I saw it's healthy.
That's exactly what.
That is not what I do.
Everyone in the office.
No, typically it's just Sam. Basically, you're just talking about my relationship with Sam.
Everyone in the office knows. I've had to deal with it for years.
Bubba, have I ever bragged to you about what I'm eating?
Different diets. Oh, I'm carnivore. I'm only eating meat now.
Well, yeah, because you hear me every day, and I give you updates on my life.
I don't ask for them.
Well,
not when it comes to the diet.
That's a part of me telling you what's going on with me. I don't ask for all these dumbass movies you watch either, but I got to hear about them. You're just describing my relationship with Sam, basically.
No,
because
sure, but
me and Sam talk a lot of food. Well, yeah, me and Tim talk food. Tim was doing the carnivore diet.
Your relationship with Spencer.
Tim was doing the carnivore diet.
Your relationship with Madison. Your relationship with William.
I'm sorry that some people like to have conversations. They don't just sit there in silence like a mime.
That's fine. I'm
like some sort of
I'm just saying that you talk about food. You bring it up.
It's a popular topic of conversation. I don't always talk about my diet, but yes, we do talk a lot of food. Like me and Sam particularly talk a lot of food.
You update us all on your diet.
And Houston used to talk a lot of food. R.I.P.
Every time.
A lot. And Tim, I'll give you Tim.
Oh, carnivore.
Well, Tim did carnivore, and
I'm doing this.
It's called finding common ground.
I'm doing
this
thing where I'm only eating 2 hours a day. I'm going to go to the buffet and eat just nonstop food at the buffet, but I'm only going to eat for those 2 hours. Heard about that one 10 times.
It's called finding common ground with people, building relationships.
Sure,
Tim came in one day. He said, "Oh, I'm doing the carnivore diet." I said, "Oh, I did that, a while before," and I took a genuine curiosity. I said, "What are you eating? Are you sticking mostly beef? Are you eating chicken?"
Also, when I do it, I don't do this. And you guys got an argument about what the carnivore diet actually was or not.
You just don't talk to people.
You
like to sit in your little corner. Yesterday, Bubba, the guys were coming in after the what's that? The Chase show. They were coming in and talking in the office. The guys were coming in, just having polite conversation. And hey, Cody, how you doing? Oh, hey, the interns, the boys, Jackson, Garrett. Jackson. We hadn't seen him since he left the show, and they're coming in. They're chattering a little bit. Chase is in there chattering a little bit. Just dudes hanging out. They leave. As soon as they leave the room, you know what this guy says? He says, "We got to do something about this. We got to do something about these guys coming in here and yapping." He's like, "I can't stand it."
You missed a big part of the story where I get up and leave to go do work because I'm doing work.
He's like,
"You turn around and sit there and you take a break from your puzzles to turn around and then start talking to them about food and all this other stuff. And
yeah.
the room's in there stinking. It's hot. There's 7 guys in a little office room.
Saying they stink?
And Cody's just, yapping away about food and God knows what. So, I did get up and leave because
I had
in the middle of the day,
minimal polite
in the middle of the day, I'm trying to do work. And then he brings Bear in there. He just brings these
I
cast of
didn't
people in there and just
Bear
sits
in
there
there.
and talks. Like
I didn't bring Bear in there.
that is factually correct. Yeah.
I can't help it that you and me are in the same room now.
But please
I
note,
wish we weren't.
just for the audience, please note, it went from I never talk about my diet and all these things to, well, I do it, but it's just relationship building. I do all those things that you said I did that I claimed I didn't do, but I'm doing it just because I talk to people. I'm finding common ground.
It's not a courtroom. You don't have to be a lawyer.
I'm finding common ground.
Oh, let me point out the flaw in what you said. It's really tiring.
If you just stop lying.
It's tiring, to be honest.
Okay. Just
People
stop
are
lying.
tired of it.
Just stop
They're
lying.
annoyed by it.
Just stop lying then.
They're very
Problem
annoyed by
solved.
it.
Bubba, you good over there?
No notes.
You look sharp.
Thank you.
Any diets you want to get to?
Just eat what I need to eat.
Hell yeah, brother. Send us a break. We'll come back. We'll talk some sports. Stick with us right here on FanRun Radio.
Congratulations. You found sports radio that doesn't suck. This is FanRun Radio, Knoxville.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the Volunteer State. Smoked daily by Pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134. For directions and to look at the rest of the menu, visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
What's the difference between an ordinary EV and a Mercedes-Benz EV? The feeling. Electric is what gets you there. Mercedes-Benz is what moves you in ways no other automaker can. Feel the freedom of the superbly versatile 7-seater EQB. Revel in the inspired, customizable comfort of the EQE sedan. Sense the brilliant intelligence of the EQE SUV. Discover the boundless capability of the EQS SUV. And luxuriate in the flagship meets spaceship magnificence of the EQS sedan. Every Mercedes-Benz electric vehicle offers the very latest MBUX voice-activated AI software, as well as remote access to a whole host of functions via the Mercedes Me Connect app. The vehicle's electric, the feeling all Mercedes, the choice all yours. Test drive a Mercedes-Benz electric today at your local dealer or learn more at mbusa.com/EQ.
Are you looking for a treat that will knock it out of the park at the next watch party? Just like your favorite baseball team, Crumble brings the best lineup week to week with an expanded roster that includes key lime pie, strawberry cake, or my personal favorite, Monster featuring M&M candies. Let Crumble treat you to the best cookies in the game. Download the Crumble app and start earning rewards. You can even vote monthly on what flavors you would like to see at any store of your choice. Warmer weather is here, so get to the ballpark, but don't miss the cookies.
To praise you like I should.
One thing has become painfully clear for me over the last week or so. We got to beat Georgia. We got to beat Georgia at football here in the next 4 weeks or so. Williams started posting a lot of these like highlight videos on the social media. A lot of plays, you know, from games, moments.
What an insane moment. Wow.
Mind
Unbelievable
blown.
play.
Wow, Nealon was rocking here.
We sure miss him.
This game was
shocking.
Nuts. But I got to say, people like the videos. You know, I always kind of made fun of those type of accounts and those type of videos. But, hey, I guess it's an easy way to start building a following and some traction. But a couple of days ago, he put up, you know, Jalen Wright's touchdown run to start the game against Georgia. The start to the game was nuts. Fire emoji. And, you know, it's done really good for us on Instagram. Go give us a like, FANRUN Sports, please. Or I guess it's a follow, not a like. I guess you could like and comment and do all those things too. That'd be cute. But, I mean, like, it's got 293,000 views, which is really big numbers for our Instagram. And it's got 276 comments. Another 276 comments. It's basically like 150 Georgia fans being like, what happened after this? What happened after this moment?
I remember what happened after that. We got our ass whooped.
Then there was another one, Eric Berry days away, and it's a hit, you know, on Noshawn Moreno. And
oh yeah, targeting.
That one wasn't as bad, but a lot of comments in there like, why are you celebrating a play that you guys lost the game in? This drive put the game away. Which, you know, I think both of those rebuttals by them is fair. Like, I doubt they're really showing the touchdown they scored right before the Hail Mary in 2016. You know what I mean? Like, I doubt there's very many fan accounts that was like, this was crazy in Sanford Stadium. And it's them scoring the touchdown with, like, you know, 13 seconds left before we beat them with the Hail Mary.
Yeah, well, I mean, they got they can do all the talking they want. They got the upper hand on us, and there ain't a damn thing we can do about it. Hail Mary was cool.
Hail Mary was
cool. Really awesome, but that was let's check the calendar here, 9 years ago. So I get it. I get where they're coming from. Like, it's kind of sad.
Oh, yeah, they're real rolled up, though, about that Jalen Wright touchdown run. Or maybe not even rolled up is the right answer because, you know, I think we'd be making fun of them if the roles were reversed. Like, if there was a Kentucky fan account posting like some highlights in a game that we beat them in, we'd probably be doing the same thing to them. Yeah, look at this dunk in this Sweet 16 game, and everybody's like, "Oh, what happened after that?"
Well, that's what's sad about it is they can look at us like we look at Kentucky right now. Not all time, of course, but I think we have more respect as a program. But still, they're our daddy right now.
Give us a like at FANRUN Sports.
We've been within 14 points of them son bitches since 2016. We got to change it. I agree with you. You got to do something.
It's got to be fixed. It's got to be fixed. You gotta end that. Lord knows you gotta stay within 14 points, like Cody is talking about. You got to break that.
I don't care about that. I want to win. If we can't win, I don't really care what. I mean, I guess you'd want it to be close, but I don't know. Can't even really take a moral victory at this point.
No, you can't. You need to win. And like I said, I think we knew that coming into this, you know, the season. I think we knew that with all the talk, like, hey, it'd be really nice to win these games. Hey, it'd be nice to beat Georgia. Hey, that would set you up. But like it feels a little bit more desperate to me after the last week and a half, because every time I open up Instagram or TikTok, I just get swamped by these comments. Something about them dogs. Something about them dogs.
Yeah. I wonder how they feel as a fan base right now. I mean, they won the back-to-back natties. Looked like they had a dynasty going. They were teetering on a dynasty. But the last two they've come up short. They've come back to earth just a little bit. And one of those natties was like COVID. I think 2021. That's I know it was after COVID, but it was, still COVID-esque. You could call that a COVID-esque natty. And plus all Alabama's receivers were hurt. So I don't know. They won the one, pretty convincingly when they got to play TCU, but it's a really good draw for them. Anyway, I don't know how they feel as a fan base right now. They probably thought they were going to be Alabama, and now they're I'd say reality set in just a little bit of like, maybe we're not Nick Saban's Alabama. I'd say they're still kind of fragile, despite winning 2 natties. Because there's still things you can hang over their head. Not as a Tennessee fan, really, but
no, as Tennessee fans, we ain't got much to say to them other than like, hey, Jalen Wright scored that long touchdown run that one time.
Yeah, hey, it rained.
Hey, it rained. Hey,
too.
Hail Mary. Like, I mean, there ain't much. So like that puts a lot of pressure as far as I'm concerned on this game, here in 4 weeks.
Butch Jones, 2 wins against Georgia.
Yeah.
Josh Heupel, 0.
Yeah. Yeah, but you could argue that Butch's wins just set him on this path. Got him to fire Mark Richt. That ultimately was a bad thing for us, I think.
I mean, Kirby was there in 16.
Yeah.
Butch beat Kirby. How about that?
Got asked this question yesterday on my podcast. I want to ask you the same because I thought it was a good question. As we sit here, 10 days before the season, I want you to rank your level of excitement most or least to most. Let's do least to most. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So all the Josh Heupel years. Where would you rank your level of excitement heading into the season? And like, where does this season fall in that top 5 pecking order?
21 ranks last. That's probably the most down I've ever been as a Tennessee fan. I wasn't even living here for the 21 season. Got to put it last. So the other 4, it's really hard for me to remember 2022 as anything other than joy and elation up until the South Carolina game. I remember going into the season thinking we had a chance, but you're saying I got to stick to the preseason, right? I can't put myself into like Florida week of 2022.
No, I think you have to do preseason to try to you have to do your best to remember how you felt before the season.
Okay, I might need a little time to think about it, but as a radio professional, I'll give it to you on the spot. I'll rank 2023 next to last. So that leaves my top 3 as 22, 24, and 25. And I think that I would go this year 3rd, 2024 2nd, and 2022 1st. Does that feel right? Oh, I don't know, though, because last year we had, Nico at the time was the prince who was promised. We thought more highly of his future than we did going into Hendon Hooker's 2nd year, don't you think? But I think we were telling ourselves, well, Nico's still kind of young, or at least I was. I think I'd put 2022 number 1.
Final answer?
And then 2nd would have been 2024. 3rd would have been this year.
Final answer?
I think so.
Now, are you being honest with yourself here?
Well, I think I am, but it's hard for me to remember.
I don't feel like 2022 was actually your number 1.
You don't think so?
No.
We were pretty excited going into 22. Do you not remember us looking through the rosters? I was like, oh, there's a lot of seniors here. Look at all these seniors. Look at all these upperclassmen.
I'm not saying it would be last. I'm not saying it would be at the bottom. I just don't. To me, putting it number one wasn't anywhere near number one for me. But I mean, like, or at least to me, I clearly mine was last year. I was more excited for last year than I was 2022.
Maybe that's the answer, but I remember in 22 we thought we had a real shot to have a good team to do something. Like, we weren't talking like, we didn't predict that we'd be 8-0 and ranked number one in the country.
No,
like, we didn't foresee that.
No,
but I remember
we talked about beating Alabama. We talked about ending that streak and how it was at least a possibility that year.
Alabama's on the table, I believe, was the phrase.
That was the idea.
Yeah.
Now, some of us picked Alabama to win game week, so I don't know how much they actually believed in the preseason if they didn't believe after seeing the way the team played, through those first 6-7 weeks.
Bryce Young's a hell of a player. Nick Saban's a hell of a coach. But I think it makes sense that you would have last year number one because you were a big Nico guy.
Yeah, I was really excited for the prospect of having a 5-star top-ranked quarterback.
I mean, last year might have been my number one. I'd say it'd be close.
Crazy. Why would anybody be excited about having a 5-star quarterback?
Well, just because he was such a young guy. I mean, he was a freshman. He's.
Why would anybody be fired up about the future of?
I was fired up too.
Having a 5-star quarterback. Oh, it's big Nico guy. So sue me.
Well, I was fired.
Everyone
up
should have been. Maybe if everyone would have been, this all would have gone a little differently. That's right. I'm victim blaming.
Oh.
I'm victim blaming. That's right.
That's a take.
Maybe if more people were excited about the prospect of making.
Yeah, but I remember you and Russ particularly were talking about him like he's the second coming of Christ, and I thought maybe let's pump the brakes a little bit.
Russ did.
Yeah, you and Russ were on the same page there.
You sure?
Yeah.
After
he was all about it.
After the way Russ was all about Joe Milton the year before, it just didn't feel like we were on the same page because I wanted Nico in 23 as well.
Yeah,
no,
I'll
own my Nico love, and was I vindicated in the sense of his talent? No, probably not. But playoff team, playoff quarterback. The season got a lot better. Like we won some big games. We made the playoff. Like I said, I'm not going to say I was vindicated because I don't think Nico came anywhere close to living up the hype I put on him. But you did make the playoff.
He didn't come halfway. He didn't come 50%.
You did beat
the hype that you
did beat Alabama. You did beat Florida.
I mean, compared to where we were at after the Chattanooga game, you remember that
list of quarterbacks that have beaten Alabama and Florida in the same year. Not very long. Put up his stats next to Casey Clausen's. Then tell me, So again, I'm not claiming to be vindicated there, but I'm just saying the season
sounds like it.
Season was pretty good.
Kind of sounds like that's what you want there.
We've done a lot of that over the past as a fan base. I mean, again, like Casey Clausen's whole career.
Well, we're
Josh Dobbs.
I mean we ride or die with our guys. Like, you can find a lot of cringe statements, I'm sure, from back in the Pruitt era about, we got a real coach now. I'm sure we said some very cringe things. We get behind our guys. There's no fault in it.
Oh, I agree. I'm not blaming anybody, and I'm not blaming anybody for going, the opposite direction once those guys make you mad, and once those guys don't seem like they love you. You turn on them and you throw them away. I got no issue with fan brain. I got no problem with that. That's the point of watching sports, is to root for your guys and root against the other guys. Like, I get that. My problem with this conversation for most of the offseason has been we pick and choose when we look at wins as mattering. We pick and choose whenever we're like, oh, quarterback's a winner. Sometimes it matters if your team wins while the quarterback is there. Like, sometimes we give that quarterback credit for being a winner, and other times we say, well, what about the touchdowns? What about the yards?
Well, some guys, I think you can just see it, whereas others, it's not as clear that they have that winning. Like Baker Mayfield, always thought of him as a winner. That guy's a winner. You can just tell by the way they want to make plays for their team sometimes.
How could you tell he was a winner? By like
just the way he tried to
make
plays
his team score being bigger than the other team score at the end of the game?
It's not that simple. It's watching them play. I mean, he didn't run out of bounds against Arkansas. You know, there's things you can point to, but he didn't play Arkansas, I know, but
yeah, usually when I'm looking at winner, I'm like, hey, does this team have more points at the end of the game than the other team?
Okay,
and
but
I
mean,
go, okay,
well,
that guy's a winner.
Yeah, but I think you realized last year. I'm not saying Nico didn't make some big plays, because I think without Nico, you don't win the Alabama game. And
well, I think that one is. I see both sides of that one. Obviously, we've seen the clips, the missed passes, the missed deep shots. Like, you could have been up a lot more in the first half of the Alabama game.
Well, let me clarify that. The second half, Nico.
Right.
I don't think you win the Alabama game without second half Nico. But yeah, you could say had he played better in the first half, you wouldn't have been in that position. Hendon Hooker would have beat that Alabama team by 20, you know. But I think we realized for the most part last year we were carried by our defense and our running game.
Oh, and I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying most of the time we look at that. Like I said, Casey Clausen, known as big time winner guy. You could say he was carried by his running game and defense. No one really retroactively talks about that and diminishes him at the time. It's just kind of like, hey, you win. That's good.
Somewhere Casey Clausen
winning guy
eating a bowl of Cheerios right now, probably.
T. Martin carried by the running game and the defense. I'm just thinking what it is.
Guy's a national champion.
He is 100%.
Good Lord,
he is 100%. Also carried by the running game and defense.
I don't think we pick and choose.
We do,
though, do we?
We do.
Like,
it's fan brain. It's fine. I got no problem with fan brain.
You say we pick and choose. You saying Nico should have been in the same breath as Casey Clausen and T. Martin when it comes to that?
Casey Clausen probably. T. Martin, no. T. Martin's a national champion quarterback, but I'm just saying. No one was saying, well, actually, T. Martin's not a legend.
Nico last year.
Well, actually, T. Martin's not a legend because the running game and defense was really good. No, it's like, hey, it's a team, and the quarterback leads the team. That's the discussion. Like Joey Aguilar, for example. I don't really care what Joey Aguilar's stats are. If Joey Aguilar goes out and wins 10 games and makes the playoffs, like, hey, that's what I want him to do here.
Would you have taken Nico last year or Casey Clausen?
Nico.
Last year, Nico.
Nico.
Knowing what you know now about Nico's.
Have you ever looked at Casey Clausen's stats, bro? Like, have you ever looked?
Yeah, but he's the Iceman.
Have you actually ever stopped and looked at him?
No. But he was the Iceman. He beat Florida on the road. He beat Alabama on the road.
Sure. And I'm not trying to diminish him because I do care. Like, I don't think wins are necessarily a quarterback stat always, but I'm saying ultimately, like, I'm not going to put down my quarterback that's winning games. Is that a fair distinction? Like, I do think ultimately the goal is to win games. So, like, while everyone was freaking out about, not to bring it back up, but Patrick Mahomes last year, you're kind of like, you know what? I trust that he'll turn it on when he has to because they're winning games. I don't care that, like, somebody's throwing for more yards and touchdowns and whatever, because not every game plan is the same. Not every team, like, you know, again, not to rehash the Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes conversation. Joe Burrow was asked to do a lot more on offense. The way their team was built, of course, his stats are going to be better. I don't think that all of a sudden meant Joe Burrow was a better quarterback or whatever. It's just like, hey, sometimes statistics are there for other reasons, because of the defense, because of the wide receivers, because of the game plan, because of game flow, all those things.
We got to look at expectations.
Sure. And
I mean, the difference Casey Clausen would be that Casey Clausen met his expectations as the Tennessee quarterback, and Nico didn't meet his expectations. Now, you could say Nico had a higher ceiling and there was more asked of what he should be in his career. Like, I don't remember the conversation back in the early 2000s about, you know, when Casey Clausen came in, where people saying, oh, this guy, he's going to be awesome. Like, probably a different conversation there. But at a baseline, I'd say he met his expectations. He's remembered fondly for it. Nico did not meet what was thought of him.
Well, he's remembered fondly because he stayed all 4 years and, like, was beloved. Like, I'm not I'm not saying that we should be beloving Nico now. Like I'm not, or that he should be beloved. We should be loving him. I'm not saying that. Like I said, obviously I understand once somebody leaves, once somebody shows they're not bought in, like, yeah, like you want to bash it now. That's fine. Like I'm not saying he should be as beloved, but I mean, you talk about meeting expectations or whatever. I just don't. I don't know what level Casey Clausen was as a recruit either.
That's what I'm saying. I don't remember. I just know that, like, I'd say he met his expectations just looking at how he's remembered.
I mean, did they meet expectations as a team?
They weren't very good in 2002. I remember that being a down year. That was like 8-4. That was when you could kind of start to see, like, hey, something's wrong here. You started to see a little bit of that, what was coming in 2005. But in 2003 and 2004, they were pretty good. They couldn't beat that Auburn team. Lost to Notre Dame, but they're pretty good in 2004.
He wasn't here in 2004.
Yeah, that's right. That would have been Ainge's first. That was the Ainge Schaefer experience, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So 2003. So Casey Clausen was the quarterback.
Essentially,
the starter.
Back half of 2000, or 9 games in 2000. He missed
2003. They beat
injury.
Florida in the swamp. They beat Miami on the road. See, you had a lot of good moments. Now I don't know how much of that should be attributed to Casey.
Well, I was going to say, what was the score when we beat Miami on the road?
10-6.
Yeah, and the touchdown was set up with
a muff punt.
Yeah.
I remember that game like it was yesterday.
So I mean, winning beat Miami on the road. Sure.
In the 2003 season,
I would imagine the defense and run game did a lot there.
But in that 2003 season, he's remembered fondly though because of those moments.
Because you won.
You beat Florida in the swamp. You beat Alabama on the road, and you beat Miami. You ended Miami's home win streak of like whatever many games.
And please note again, I'm not trying to downplay those. Those are great.
But I'm assuming he had to have made some plays. Right?
They scored 10 points, bro.
But that Hail Mary, the Florida game, remember that before the half? That was big. That was a big throw.
That was a big catch.
Big throw too.
Sure.
Hail Mary.
Sure.
Casey Clausen connected on that. You got any Nico Hail Marys?
Hail Marys? No, but the rollout deep ball against Alabama that set you up for the go ahead touchdown was pretty nice. The throw to Brazel with 5 minutes left in the game to win was pretty nice.
51 points at Alabama. So he had to have played pretty well in that game. Wasn't that the 4th and whatever game, the 4th and 17?
Yeah.
So I mean he converted that.
Sure.
So like he definitely had some moments.
Sure. And
Miami's 10-6, sure.
I'm not trying to downplay the moments. I'm just saying winner guy did a lot of like last year you could say we winner guy, game manager guy. And that's what our quarterbacks have traditionally been at Tennessee when we've been good outside of Peyton Manning. A lot of it was like
Hooker.
A lot of it, sure, and Hendon Hooker traditionally. A lot of it's been like go game manage.
Yeah. It was a different game back then, too. I mean, that's fair to point out. Like when T. Martin won a natty, it was a much different game. There weren't many teams throwing the rock around the field a lot. Like, I mean, I guess the air raid had come into – it was a thing, but it was before the innovation of the spread.
11 of 18, 81 yards, no touchdowns.
What game is that?
Ending the Miami win streak.
Can you say it again? What was it?
11 of 18, 81 yards.
Okay, that was a team effort. That was a team game.
18 pass attempts, 81 yards.
That one we put on the defense. What were his Florida and Alabama stats?
12 of 23, 235, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I'm just looking at 2003 right here. Alabama 23 of 43, 283, 4 touchdowns. So yeah, Alabama he played really good against Alabama in 2003. And again,
235 passing against Florida. I mean, that's
I don't want
terrible.
I don't want to come out and act like I'm trying to put him down. That guy was just really propped up with a loaded roster with great run games and defense. But no one like was really trying to cheapen that.
He did have a lot of talent on his teams, for sure.
Some guys get to be winner guys. Some guys get to be like, well, what about the stats while you went 10-2? That's my problem. You go 10-2, I don't really care what your stats are.
But when you win those games on the road, I mean, that kind of makes you a winner guy.
I mean, I don't know. Was 03 Florida and 03 Alabama even any good?
Well, I don't know that they were any good, but those would have been two of the most important games on the schedule. I think that's safe to say. Florida for sure. Now, that was Ron Zook's Florida.
Mm-hmm.
But still, you're still playing Florida. You're still playing Alabama.
Bubba, send us a break. We're overdue for a timeout. Let's talk sports on FANRUN Radio.
You're listening to FANRUN Radio, the sports humans.
Hello, is Tina there?
Who's this?
Yeah, this is Vince from the hit reality show Wives Don't Tell. Tina applied for our show to confess that her husband won't go to the doctor to get his erectile dysfunction checked. She said she's ready for a guy that can bring the heat.
All right, what the is going on? You know you're talking to her husband right now? Tina!
Well, she wrote the application that her man's performance is questionable. She's basically married to a coffee table. She also said, we live within driving distance to Men's Pro Knoxville, but he's too scared to get a blood test.
Oh my, she is done. She is so done.
Gotcha, Mike. It's nephew Tommy. Ain't no reality show. It's a prank. Men's Pro Knoxville is the real deal, fellas. Local experts, test results in minutes. Call 865-544-8220 or hit men'sproKnoxville.com before your lady books a new co-star. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Dental health is so important. It's one of those things that if you don't stay on top of it, it can really come back to haunt you, both financially and, of course, in terms of your physical health. If it's been a while since you've been to the dentist or you've got a dental issue that needs attention, do what I do. Go to Malone and Costa Dentistry at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule your appointment online right now at knoxvillesmiles.com or just give them a call at 865-539-1776 and tell them FANRUN Radio sent you.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Good morning. It's gotten heavier the last 15-20 minutes out here in a couple of spots, especially on Broadway, trying to get through Fountain City as you get up on that ramp there from Broadway on to 640. Also building pretty good now out of Blount County, Alcoa Highway northbound up by the airport. Steady flow. Traffic continues right now southbound on 75, passing the Caravelle exit. Could be some delays down through here today as they work on that Vasper Bridge in Campbell County on 75 south before the Caravelle exit. Hey, Fountain City Jewelers, your diamond engagement ring headquarters. Go by and see Mark Enix today at Fountain City Jewelers, right next to Litton's. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
You better not go at night. There's things out there in the middle of them woods that make a strong
4-9. 4-9, that 2003 Alabama team.
Yeah, that's third Saturday in October.
4-9.
How do you go 4-9?
They, I guess, were in trouble. That's when they were in trouble, so they went to a Hawaii game at the end of the year. I guess that was going to be like their bowl game.
What a weird record.
4-9.
Did they beat Hawaii?
They did not.
Oh. Was that Colt Brennan, or that would have been before his time, right?
I don't know who's Hawaii's lineage at quarterback.
I mean, Colt Brennan is like their all-time great quarterback, but I feel like Alabama played him before he got there.
How bad? Mississippi State must have been really, really bad in 2003. They lost 38-0.
Yeah, they're always bad.
That year they beat South Florida, Kentucky, Southern Miss, and Mississippi State. Those were their 4 wins.
Rough year for the Tide.
But hey, we eked out that really clutch overtime win against them.
Still
winner guy.
Still third Saturday in October.
Winner guy. There you go.
Still a win at
Make
Bryant
those
Denny.
clutch plays against a 4-win Alabama team. Winner guy.
Well, as a tweeter wrote in, at least he didn't run out of bounds against a terrible Arkansas team with 4th down with no time on the clock.
Amen to that. I agree. Winner guy. It's hard to be a winner guy when you run out of bounds on 4th down.
Another texter writes in that T. Martin had a much better deep ball than Nico.
T. Martin threw a great deep ball. I don't disagree there. The Peerless Prize touchdown national championship, fantastic.
I'll never forget the John Ward call.
A national champion. Please make no mistake. I am not trying to act like they are equals. I'm not doing that.
Like Montana to Rice, this time it's Martin to Price.
But I would say that I think everyone would agree. Most people would agree, at least. Defense, run game. Big part of that team's success.
Defense wins championships.
Everyone has downplayed what this Tennessee team did in 2024 because they were carried by defense and run game. I would say every good team at Tennessee, except for Hendon Hooker's 2022, carried by defense and run game.
The 22 team hurt the 24 team in that regard because it was so fun.
And, like I said earlier, if you want to throw Peyton out of there too, like with the Hendon, that's fine. When I say every good team has been carried by defense and run game, exclude Peyton Manning's years as well.
You're going to say you'd rather have Nico over Peyton too?
No, and I'm not saying and again, I'm not saying I would rather have Nico over T. Martin either. Again, national champion over Casey, yeah. Over Casey, yeah. Like
Nico last year or Heath Schuler?
I'm kind of ignorant on Heath Schuler, to be honest, but I assume
Heisman runner-up.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was going to say I assume Heath Schuler was really, really, really good because he was a top draft pick and finished second in the Heisman. So I'm going to say Heath Schuler, but I'm not going to act like I was watching Heath Schuler. That was before my time.
Nico or Condors Holloway?
Different game. I think, again, I assume Condors Holloway, but before my time.
Nico or Andy Kelly?
Probably Nico.
Yeah.
Probably Nico.
I don't know. Nico or Rick Clausen?
Are you aware of what Andy Kelly's touchdown interception stats are?
Andy Kelly's touchdown interception stats?
Yeah, for his career.
Nope. I have no idea.
Andy Kelly is somebody that like the old fans love talking about. Andy Kelly. Oh, that guy. I went back and I looked at Andy Kelly's stats.
Not good.
Look, the game might be different. I'm not going to, besmirch somebody, with full confidence here. I'm just going to say the box score, the statistics leave a lot to be desired. For his career, well, I guess I'll start, freshman year, whatever, throw that out. 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 8 games. I'll throw that out. I only threw the ball 25 times. Sophomore year, 11 games, 1,300 yards, 7 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
Okay.
His junior year, 2,200 yards, 14 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. And his senior year, 2,700 yards, 15 touchdowns, 15 interceptions.
That's what Joey's stats are going to be like.
30 for his career, 36 touchdowns, 38 interceptions. Now, again, I'm not going to act like I was there.
38 picks.
Maybe there's some context missing.
Jeez, Andy.
Maybe sportsreference.com is not telling the true story, but Andy Kelly is someone I've heard old heads. Oh, they love bringing up Andy Kelly because like anyone can talk about Heath Schuler, anyone can talk about Peyton Manning or Condredge. The hipster old Tennessee fans. Oh, Andy Kelly, you should have seen that guy though. And again, before my time, he played from 88 to 91. Don't know much about him. Went and looked. I saw 36 touchdowns, 38 interceptions.
That's
and it's not even like one year was just really bad. It was just 14-14, 15-15.
It's like Jameis style.
But hell, at least Jameis threw 30 touchdowns.
Right. Yeah, way more. Different era. Two more for you real quick. 2012 Tyler Bray or last year Nico?
Tyler Bray sucks.
2012 Tyler Bray.
You talk about winner guy. 2012 Tyler Bray is the opposite of winner guy. I'm not going to let you people gaslight me into that.
So Nico,
watch every game there and watch in the fourth quarter Tyler Bray throw the game away. And maybe me saying he sucks is a little extreme, of course, but like not winner guy.
Okay, so Nico.
Yes.
09 Crompton or Nico last year?
First half of the year included or second half of the year Crompton?
The whole year, 09 Crompton.
That's a good one. Kevin coaching him.
Yep.
Running that pro offense.
Yep.
Man, that offense would have been built perfectly for this defense and stuff. What'd the 09 team go? Oh, yeah, 7-5. Give me the guy who went 10-2.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, give me the guy who went 10-2. But, hey,
it was year one for Kiffin.
Beating Georgia in 09 was pretty good. It wasn't year one for Crompton, though.
No.
Talk about 5 stars not living up to hype.
He threw less than 900 yards the year before.
One of the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. It's Talk Sports on FanRun Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Ready, set, what? Wait a minute. Isn't this a Smokies commercial? It is, but tonight is Tennessee Titans night at the ballpark. Enter to win a free autographed jersey and Titans tickets. See you tonight.
Hey, Knoxville. Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right. Zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka. Sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka. Sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm going to hop online and I'm going to get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
Hey, folks, if you're in need of a lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, FANRUN Radio.
Would you rather have your team win in a sweep or in a dramatic Game 7?
You're listening to Talk Sports. Dramatic Game 7. Let's take one of your teams, Ben. It can't be football because they only play one game. Who's your favorite hockey team?
The Predators.
The Preds, right? Ben loves the Preds. Best thing about watching the Preds play is what? Watching the Preds play.
No,
you know what I mean? With a seventh game, you get 7 games. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather watch 7 hockey games than just 4.
Airing every day from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
You have done this to yourself. All I have to do is kick away the chair, my friend. The most famous Predator series of the last 5 years when they swept the Chicago Blackhawks. And now Chicago cannot argue with Nashville ever because all they have to say is, hey, brooms.
Buddy,
brooms.
if
brooms.
Sure, they beat the Blackhawks, but you remember what happened.
Chicago, you trying to talk trash to me? You got swept. Brooms.
On 1340 WKGN.
Sweeping the team makes such a statement of, hey, we're better than you. When it's a sweep, you leave no doubt. There is nothing worse than losing a playoff game. And you've
Game
given me that
7 is
pain.
massive.
And you've given me that pain 3 times.
But
No
Game
thanks.
7 becomes so massive.
Brooms out, bitch.
Just watch.
Sweep. Sweep.
Hour number 2 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Do me a favor. Go buy you a 12-pack of White Claw Hard Seltzer and enjoy it. It's Thursday. It's Thirsty Thursday. You deserve it. Hour 2 headlines. What you got, Cody Mack?
Thank you, John. We're going to start with a bit of controversy. I got 2 stories for you that are swirling around the internet that are controversial. First, have you seen the Meijer grocery chain kid who stole somewhere just over $100 worth of food and then got arrested at the job site for stealing? You familiar with this story?
I am not. No, is this like a big viral story?
Yeah. This kid, he worked for this. It's a grocery chain, Meijer. I don't know if they're up north or I don't know where they're based, but it'd be like, you know, going into Publix or whatever. Kid works there. He's like 16, 17, something like that. And he's just, I'm sure he just mops the floors and whatnot. He appears to be, what's the best way to phrase this? Maybe a little slow.
Okay.
Okay. They're calling him like disabled.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're being hateful there.
I'm not trying to be.
No, it's tough to describe, but you know, I always just say might not all be there. That's the way I said.
The cheese fell off his cracker a long time ago.
No, once you start doing those things,
a few sandwiches short of a picnic.
No. See, now you're being mean.
So anyway, this kid apparently stole food. It is stealing, yes. But he's on his job site. He had taken some things to eat. He was hungry. They could have fired him. They could have had a talk with him. Now, some people are saying there's a lot more context to it, but just in the clip that surfaced, it makes the grocery chain look really bad because they just straight up brought the police in to arrest him. And, like, there's a video of him getting handcuffed with a cop telling him, like, put your hands behind your back and, like, this whole deal. And you can almost kind of see the looks on the faces of the managers of, like, should we be getting this kid arrested? Like, they almost kind of like they should feel bad about it.
Where's this video at?
So people are boycotting Meijer over this.
Where's this video at?
I mean,
Meijer.
I've seen it going around X.
Grocery.
Google MEIJER.
Oh yeah, I can't spell Meijer. Meijer arrest. That should bring it up. Supermarket chain Meijer under arrest. Oh yeah, you could tell that guy's not all there.
So he took some food. But, you know, other people
special needs. You could tell. I mean, like, they've acknowledged his special needs or no?
Sort of, yeah. People are saying he's, you know, mentally not all there or whatever. But people are saying that
$110 worth of food is kind of crazy, though. Was that at one time?
No,
Like the headline
No,
I'm
no,
seeing
no.
said that he ate
No,
$110
that
worth
was
of food.
that was over months.
So he's been stealing for months.
It's controversial.
When you tell me he was stealing for months,
well, I don't know every detail. I'm kind of. You might want to read it yourself. But
so which side are you on? Just that the store is wrong?
I don't know. I don't know where I'm at on it. I think having him arrested on site is a little aggressive.
Okay, so
for $100 of shoplifting.
I'm just reading the New York Post. NewYorkPost.com says autistic deli worker for stealing food. Now they put stealing in quotes.
Well, what a lot of people are saying is that some of these things that he took were like going to be thrown away
Expired.
anyway.
So he was eating the expired food at the end of the night. and
Not
stuff like
all
that?
of it, though. Some of it, I think, was actual legitimate food that was supposed to go to the customers. But some of it, I think, was set to be thrown away. So I don't know. There's a debate over it. You know, some people say, well, stealing is stealing. Like,
now this article, and I haven't watched the video yet. This article says the manager is not looking guilty at all. That the manager seems like he's taking joy.
I thought he had, or someone I saw in the video, I thought they had a look on their face that was kind of like regretting bringing the police in.
Okay,
well, this is kind of like, I don't know.
Haven't watched the video, but the New York Post is writing that a seemingly self-satisfied store manager says he shot a finger gun, points a finger gun at him by saying, so we have James here who's been stealing food. He works in our deli department, and we found out that he's just been taking some like orders of chicken and fruit cups and stuff like that. The old man said with the bald man said with an odd smile creeping onto his face. Okay, I don't know why he's got to be a bald man.
New York Post is good at making things interesting.
The manager claimed the theft amounted to over $110 over a 3-month period. Dennison said some of it was the cost of his shift lunches, which he forgot to repay. I'm leaning towards. So I guess this is a story because the cops released the body cam footage.
Yeah, like put your hands behind your back. Like, I mean, they did the whole 9 yards with him.
Well, I'm not really blaming the police here.
Well, no, I mean they gotta enforce the law, you know. Back to blue. But the fact that they called the police to have him arrested, I mean, I think that's a little aggressive for some petty shoplifting.
The arresting officer attempted to calm the frightened Dennison during the trip. The footage shows we do things a little differently than a lot of departments. We kind of help people out, the officer said.
Well, they've got he might come out okay on this because people have set up a GoFundMe. And
okay.
Like there's
apparently he's already raised over $28,000.
So he'll be able to buy all the lunch he wants with that.
You staged that carjacking. You should have just went and got arrested for eating, and then you could do a whole like body positivity thing. And we could have made you a star.
Could have been viral.
You should have been walking around Publix eating all the charcuterie boards, waiting for somebody to catch you.
I'd be the second guy to go viral at Publix.
I don't know what the right answer is here. Because it wouldn't be a public arrest had the body cam footage not come out. You know what I mean? Like it would have been jarring.
But do you think an arrest is appropriate for a special needs kid stealing? I mean, shoplifting just over $100 worth of food. I mean, I feel like they could have just fired him. You know,
I am not trying to be at all disrespectful. This is a tough conversation to have. I don't know what the cutoff is on the spectrum. Like it says an autistic kid, but like I don't know
how autistic.
Right. Well, that's the question. Like, does he just get a free pass to do things? Like, I don't know what the answer is.
Right.
Like, there has to be some type of checks. Like, there has to be something here. Like, if he's working in public, I'm going to assume he's not like the severe autistic that can't function. You know what I mean? Like, if he's working out and like, because some autistic people are so far and like they have to have people with them at all times. You know what I mean? Like, and some people just like building model trains and then that's their autism, and then like they're not, they don't get a free pass with the
I watched
in society. So I don't know what the point is or what level is where you're above the law or you get preferential treatment. That's way above my pay grade or my expertise.
It's complicated. I watched Jim Jeffries' new special. Are you familiar with Jim Jeffries,
Yeah.
the comedian, Australian? And he has a bit that's kind of basically about that, about if you're disabled, you can meet him after the show. And people start clapping, and he says, if you're clapping, you're not disabled enough. You don't get to come. So then he said this kid wrote him about like beating him after the show, and he's like, well, you can't write back how disabled, you know. He's got a whole bit about that. It's a good special. Funny comedian.
Next headline, please.
Florida is set to honor Urban Meyer during the Tennessee game this year.
Has this become political? Not the Urban Meyer thing, but just one more thing on the New York Post article. Like, has this become political? Or is this like everybody
Probably.
unified? Or like,
I don't know if it's political. I haven't seen any political stuff yet, but I'm sure it's out there. I would be surprised if it hasn't become political.
Well, I just know most things with the police becomes political. That's become a right versus left thing. Law and order, justice. You know, he's
lock him up. You know.
I just didn't know if it became a.
It seems like that could easily.
Or if everybody's like unified and kind of like, you know, this is kind of.
Well, a certain number of people are boycotting this grocery chain. So
okay, Urban Meyer's getting honored for the Tennessee-Florida game. Okay,
yeah, they're going to honor Urban on the field with the National Football Foundation, whatever, Hall of Fame. So, you know, I'm sure that'll help get the crowd fired up. Be nice to beat Florida in the swamp for the first time in 22 years with Urban Meyer in attendance.
It would be great if that game was lifeless and like Urban Meyer goes out there and there's a Florida fan base that's watching their 5-5 Gators that they're not really fired up and into it, and they're sitting there begging for Urban Meyer to come back instead. That'd be great. There's a chance that Urban Meyer is walking in there and there's Florida fans clamoring for him to come back to coach because they have an interim coach and they haven't gotten back to the glory that so many people are claiming they will.
The other controversy yesterday, I forgot to mention, Cracker Barrel officially changed their logo. And it's a very updated, modern-looking, lifeless logo.
People are very mad about this.
People are upset.
I was in Cracker Barrel on Saturday. I'm more so worried about the raise in prices. I'm more so worried. Southern place like Cracker Barrel, I feel like they should be a little bit nicer than charging $3.50 for a damn soda. But I digress.
$3.50 for
$9 for an egg sandwich. I mean, we've gone up on prices. That egg sandwich was just $5, like a year and a half ago.
$9 for an egg sandwich. What is that? White bread, egg, and some mayonnaise and tomato slice.
Yep.
Might be a good time to invest in some Cracker Barrel stock here.
Right now, is the stock not going down, or you're saying wait till it goes down?
Pretty heavily since the peak of 2021.
Uh-huh.
It's crazy because it went up in 2021 whenever they started selling alcohol there.
Okay.
But then I guess I don't know when this new CEO took over. I want to say she took over in like 2022. But since then,
they got a woman CEO.
Yes, we support women in strong, powerful positions here, Cody. Sometimes.
Yes, we do.
But since then, it's just dropped a lot.
I will say it's ticked up. I don't pretend to be a stock expert, but I'm looking at it as well. I'm just looking at the last 5 years. It was up to $175 a share. In 2021, the lowest it seems like it's gotten was in April of this year. It got down to $40 a share. And it's back up to $59. So like it's had a little bit of a resurgence. I don't know what Bubba was talking about with I guess the alcohol would that have been around 2021. So
yeah, they introduced at the end of 2020 going into 2021. I believe.
So yeah, stock was doing, it looks like it was doing pretty good. I mean, $170 a share, but that's a pretty big drop. It's dropped over 50 or just under 50%.
I mean, this logo situation, they removed the cracker and the barrel from the logo.
Does it affect how you view Cracker Barrel, like in your level of like wanting to eat there?
No, I'll still eat there regardless.
That's kind of how I feel. I love it.
I do.
It just reminds me of home.
It's weird because it's like now it seems like they're kind of catering to your type of audience.
What the hell is that?
And your age group and demographic.
Oh,
because it's like beforehand, it had moon pies and Goo Goo clusters and whatever else that came from the later era.
Well, here's the thing about the later era and old people, Bubba. They die.
Right.
And I don't mean that disrespectfully, but like,
Sure.
if your whole strategy is let's cater to old people, what happens when those old people die? Like, you gotta
but
find
then
a way
the problem is whenever you had a niche and then you want to keep trying to cater to, which I mean, I get it also, like marketing makes sense.
What's their niche in your opinion?
Being this old, nostalgic, Southern place where you can get a nice home cooked meal.
Now, what do you mean Southern in quotations? The audience couldn't see you. What do you mean by Southern?
I mean, just Southern inspired foods that we would say is Southern, like gravy and biscuits,
Okay.
Meatloaf, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, they're in all 50 states, right? Wasn't there a couple that went viral for eating at Cracker Barrel in all 50 states?
They
went to every Cracker Barrel in America. Maybe it wasn't in Hawaii and Alaska. I don't know, but like they traveled all over the country.
I know.
I want to say I thought it was every state, but
I feel like I remember being in California trying to find a Cracker Barrel and I couldn't find one. Are there Cracker Barrels in California?
I think there was like at least one.
Maybe that was
two.
Waffle House I was trying to find.
oh wait, this couple went to all 645 Cracker Barrels. My
Damn.
God.
That's a lot of Cracker Barrels.
Okay, so maybe it wasn't every state. Maybe it was just every Cracker Barrel. Okay, but either way, like this is one of those things that like I don't really care about.
It's one of those things. I'm going to have to go there right after the show.
It's one of those things I don't really care about. Now, nobody canceled the old man, right? Like the old man was he given racist? Like what was the conversation?
The cracker on the logo?
Yeah. What was this? What was the?
It was a cracker in a barrel.
Yeah, we've heard the joke. We saw it on Twitter too. Like,
that was on Twitter.
You're going to sit here and claim that you
Well, no, I was going to claim that I stole it from Sam because I heard Sam say it.
Okay.
He got it from Twitter.
Yeah.
It's not that original, is it?
It's like the Land O'Lakes and the Aunt Jemima.
Now, maybe the stock would continue to tick up if they start allowing minorities into the restaurants. There's a joke for you.
Don't interrupt me. I'm counting how many states there are on Cracker Barrel.
Say they. It's a whites only restaurant is what I'm saying, which is not true, of course.
According to their website, 43 states. 43 states.
Do you know if it's in California?
It is in California. Let me click here.
Wonder where.
There's one in Bakersfield, excuse me.
That checks out.
Rockland.
Don't know where that is.
Rialto, Camarillo, and Victorville.
Victorville, that's north of L.A., up by Lancaster. None in the L.A. metro or the Bay Area metro, though, probably. All those godless libs.
I don't know. Any other headlines?
Well, speaking of Christians,
sorry, I know I always do this. The logo is ugly, though. Like we can agree on that, right? Like the new logo is
transition.
Yeah,
it's
new
ugly.
logo's ugly.
Well, everybody's done this though. Wendy's. You remember when a Wendy's was a proper restaurant, and now it just looks like a bank?
I mean, I don't think it just extends to that. I think when you look at sports logos, they've gotten traditionally worse. Like everyone knows that. Just look at all you need to do is look at the Super Bowl logos to see how far we're decaying, how far we're devolving in our logo making. Like we look at WWE's pay-per-views. Like we used to have cool logos. We used to have cool stuff.
It's like they all follow like a cookie cutter format.
Yeah,
now.
Right.
There has to be some science behind it that says the consumer likes it, but like I don't like it. I don't think it's cool.
I don't like the modern. Too many straight edges. Too much block. Like I don't. It's like modern houses. You
Right.
know, I don't like the way they look.
There has to be a science to it. There's people that study it. There's people that know it. It doesn't have any flair.
No, I blame the Chinese. But anyway, Nate Ament spoke to the media yesterday. He said that Rick Barnes' Christian faith was a big reason he came to Tennessee.
Shout out to Big God and shout out to Big Rick Barnes.
Him and Barnes share the Christian faith, he said. And also on basketball, Danny White announced yesterday season tickets sold out once again.
For basketball?
For Tennessee basketball, yeah.
And those are expensive, man. Like, I know we went through the exercise of Tennessee football. Like, I don't think Tennessee football is expensive. I do think Tennessee basketball is expensive. Like, I got a beef with the basketball tickets being so expensive. Football, I still think as long as you can get in the list or whatever, as long as you have access to it, I think that's fairly priced. Basketball, I think, is even high. And guess what? Sold out again. So everyone's telling Danny White, stop milking us, stop taking all our damn money, but yet they turn around and everyone's lining up. They give him more money.
Todd writes in, if Cracker Barrel takes out the general store, he's done.
Yeah, that interests me. I would like to know, do they make a lot of money on the general store?
I don't know, but I'd like to know what the shoplifting numbers are. Not shoplifting, but dine and dash. What the dine and dash numbers are like at Cracker Barrel. Because I know you just account for a certain percentage of that. You call it leakage. But it is the easiest restaurant to dine and dash at. Not that I've ever done it.
What's the difference between leakage and breakage?
I don't know.
Okay, because you always confidently say leakage, but in my head, it's just breakage. But I didn't know if there's a difference.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Maybe break is something breaks. Like refunds, returns, and stuff. Leakage is just theft. I don't know.
You ever ran out on a bill at the Cracker Barrel?
No, because 90% of my Cracker Barrel times was with my pops, and they always paid for it.
Yeah, well,
90% of the time.
We knew some girls in college.
I've never like willingly walked out on a bill. I don't think.
Never just had a time when you didn't have enough money in your pocket.
Nah, if I didn't have enough money, I didn't go in. Now, there's been times that, like, I've gone in. I've walked out on soda before. I've done that. Where I've gone there and I've gotten a drink, and just like a drink and some bread, and it's just taken so long and the service has been so bad. Like,
you decided you weren't going to eat there?
Yeah, and I've just gotten left there. I've done that before.
I think that's normal.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, I won't act like I'm totally high and mighty. Like, I've done that.
Most places aren't losing money on the fountain drinks. They're
yeah, it's like
there's
pennies.
a lot of situations they'll just let you have one for free.
Yeah,
well,
that's what made me so damn mad. Well, that's what made me so damn mad about Cracker Barrel and this damn $3.50. I was like, really? Because sometimes the waitress would be like, it's on the house, honey. Don't worry.
A lot of times, as if you do those like food deliveries as a Uber or DoorDash, they'll just let you have a drink at the restaurant.
Oh, nice. That's good. All right, Bubba, we're overdue a timeout. Send us a break. It's Talk Sports on FanRun Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is FanRun Radio.
Hey, football fans, this is Stats.
And this is the Sheik. And together we are the Cover Boys. And we cover college football like no one else.
Each week, we preview all the big games in college football, and we may not tell you who's going to
against the spread all time.
So join us right here every Friday evening at 8 for the Cover Boys on the official voice of Tennessee fans, FanRun Radio.
And enjoy the winners, everyone.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced. Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad, and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service, 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit MatlockTireService.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Now, it's time for your Atlanta Braves morning update, presented by Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Get clean car happy at any of the 250-plus Tidal Wave Auto Spa locations today.
Braves top the White Sox and win the series. I'm Barrett Salee. This is your Braves Radio Network morning update.
Get clean car happy all season long at Tidal Wave with exclusive membership discounts, giveaways, and more. Visit TidalWaveAutoSpa.com/Braves for more information.
Well, the first 2 games of the series were shootouts, so naturally, the third was a pitcher's duel. 1-0 to final as the Braves top the White Sox and win the series, their 4th straight series win. The star of the night, of course, was Hurston Waldrop. He got his 4th win, 7 innings, 4 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. His season ERA is 0.73. The only run came on an air, bottom of the 4th. Ozzie Albies hits a little ground ball up the middle. Colson Montgomery booted it. Marcell Ozuna scores, and that was all that the Braves needed. Like I said, Waldrop gets the win. He's 4-0. Braves starting a series with the Mets Friday night. Joey Wentz going to the hill. He's 4-3, has a 4.72 ERA, 59 strikeouts. Nolan McClain going for the Mets. He's 1-0, has a no ERA and 8 strikeouts. Ford leadoff show at 6:05 Central. First pitch against the Mets at 7:15, 6:15 Central, right here on the Braves Radio Network.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. In football and life, you need a solid defense to protect what matters most. That's where Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee comes in. Score peace of mind with Farm Bureau Insurance. the official insurance of the Vols. They're your line of defense. FBITN.com.
This is Baseball VFL Cody Brown. Farm Bureau Insurance is the official insurance of the Tennessee Vols. I'm here to be that line of defense for all your insurance needs. Give me a call at 865-992-3871 and go Vols.
Jeff writes in, Andy Kelly, 3 SEC titles from 89, 90 to 91. Yeah, I mean, that's good. It goes with what I'm talking about with Winterman. That's good. I wasn't around. I will yield to people that say stuff like that. I'm just saying the stats don't jump out at you. Seems like a lot of heading the ball off and playing defense.
And throwing picks. Check the stats.
To answer my own question from hour one, we were asking about the level of excitement, kind of ranking them. It's a question I got yesterday for a podcast that I've been thinking about. I thought it was a good prompt. Looking at, I think 21 is by far the fifth, right? I don't think anybody had any excitement for that. At least I didn't. Cody says the most down he's ever been on the program. I don't know if that's exactly how I felt, but it was definitely neutral at best. I don't know if I would say I was the most down on the program, but I definitely wasn't up on the program. Like I'm not going to. If anything, it was wait and see. Like it was like, we'll see what Josh Heupel has. Now, I will say that first game against Bowling Green, that was not fun at all. That wasn't good.
I was at that game.
That wasn't very fun.
The only excitement is that you had a first-year coach. It's like, well, let's just see what this guy's got. Like, that's kind of
yeah,
a lot of ups and downs in a first-year coach's season, typically.
For me, my fourth place would be 2023. Joe Milton. I wasn't really that fired up for the prospect of Joe Milton.
We weren't thinking playoffs in 2023.
Now, where did you go next? Did you go with this year next in the third spot?
Yes.
Okay.
Right in the middle. I do find myself pretty excited for the season, but I always feel that way.
To me, 22 and 25 are close. They're interchangeable. Last year was my number one.
I think those three are all close for me. I think 23 and 21 are a distinct fourth and fifth. Just in terms of the preseason excitement. And this year you have more question marks, I think, than you did in 24 or 22 for sure coming in. Like both of those seasons, you knew who your quarterback was.
As we sit here on, August 21st, 10 days away from the season, playoff team or nah?
If I had to guess, if I had to pick, will we make the playoffs?
Yeah, that's the question. That's the prompt.
Nah.
Bubba, playoff team.
Like if I had to put my life on it, if I had to put money on it, I'd say no.
Bubba said we're going 7-5. He's going to say nah.
No.
Yeah.
I think the path is there, but if I had to bet one way or the other, I'd say no.
Well, I think that's fair. We are plus 300 to make the playoffs. So I mean, like the odds are not in our favor.
Are you yeah or nah?
I'm with you in terms of if I'm having to actually like bet my life on it, like if it's an even proposition, but like money wise, if it's just simply a $200 bet, I'll take Tennessee at plus 300 to make the playoff. Like I think that is undervalued. Is that a fair distinction?
You think
like
that's
I think
a good value?
Yeah, I think it's good value for us to make the playoff. I don't think I would bet on it like for an even proposition. Like I said, either I live or I die. But yeah, I give you $200 and you give me, you know, $800 back if we win. Yeah, that'll be good. I'll do that. That to me, I'll do that. That's better than dying.
You will do that?
Yeah, I'll do something for Tennessee to make the playoff at some point.
20,000 to make 80,000.
I wouldn't make 80,000. You'd make 60,000 there, but you get your 20 back.
Well, you just had 200.
Well, I said I give you 200, then you give me back 800.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
I'm here for gambling literacy for the people.
So will you put down 20,000 for an
No, I'm not
80,000
putting
return?
$20,000. No.
2,000 for 8,000?
Like probably 12,000. Not 20. Come on.
Oh, okay. What would the math be on that?
Well, 12 times 3.
48.
12 times 3 is 36.
48,000 return?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got that in my head.
Like that, to me, is undervalued. I don't. To me, it's hard. The thing I hate, and Sam, I was talking to your boy Sam about it.
It's your boy too,
because he's going to do the SEC podcast, and he's working next week, going to do a full preview of everything. And I tell him, look, the only thing I ask, because I don't really listen to too many, I don't like listening to people bloviate about record predictions and all that. That's not really my cup of tea. I've always been more of I like to dissect what happens more so than predict what happens in my coverage and talking.
Yeah, you can only do so much of that. That's why the month of August sucks.
Well, that's why I always try to warn people that football's not actually here whenever practice starts,
Right.
whenever August happens, because
Right.
it's just nonstop talking about hypotheticals. But I was like, Sam, if you're going to do it, at least make sure your records all match. Like, not everybody can go 10-2.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't. And I feel like that's what's happened on some of these people. Like, when I'm looking and I'm watching, seeing the viral clips, and I'm seeing people put their takes out, and it's like, you got to really watch out for LSU, Garrett Nussmeier. Those guys are good. And it's like, okay, yeah, and you also got to watch out for Clemson. They're the best team in the country. They're number one. And boys, South Carolina, they're for real. That's a 10-2 playoff threat.
Florida is a dark horse this year.
10-2 playoff threat. And then you start looking like, wait a second. LSU plays every one of those teams.
Yeah.
Like LSU plays Clemson, South Carolina, Florida. Don't forget A&M. Don't forget Oklahoma. So, like, something's got to give. Not everybody can be your dark horse. Not everybody can be here and exceed expectations, go 9-3 or 10-2. Like, when I look at that, I'm like, people make that mistake.
Yeah, somebody's got to lose.
Somebody's got to lose. Now, that's part of what we've been talking about with the schedules, right? Like, you can't tell me you're buying into LSU, Florida, and Oklahoma. You can't tell me you're buying into South Carolina as well, and Clemson, and like LSU. Like, all those teams are playing each other. Somebody's coming out there with 3 losses. You know what I mean? Like, somebody's going to have a bad season. 3 losses at the very minimum.
For sure.
Now, Tennessee doesn't necessarily have that problem on their schedule, but also Tennessee has gotten no benefit of the doubts.
I think what our schedule comes down to, for me, very simply put, and I don't like looking at it this way because I don't like a season where we don't beat any of our rivals. But to me, it's very clear cut that you probably lose to Georgia at home and you probably lose to Alabama and Florida on the road, just based on what we've seen in the past.
Well, you got 3 shots to win 1 game.
Yeah, and I'd love to just get one of those. And if you tell me we do that and don't slip up anywhere, then boom, that's your recipe for the playoff.
Now, Josh Heupel has slipped up. That has been his Achilles heel.
Every year, yeah, but it's always somewhere on the road in some landmine spot that you don't really have this year because I don't consider Florida to be that landmine. Like, that's a game that you should obviously be up for and ready to play.
Well, I've said it has the possibility of being that, just if they're 5-5 or 6-4 and kind of dead in the water, and we go in there with a bunch of expectations and hope. Like, I've said, ironically enough, that one of your biggest games in the preseason could end up being that trap game for you.
I do think it helps that game's in November. Although, of course, if you remember South Carolina a couple of years ago, that's not always doesn't always help you, but they were cheating. Allegedly.
It's just all off season. I've seen people talk about those teams. They've talked about South Carolina, LSU, Florida, Oklahoma. They've talked all about them. And I understand people want to find their dark horse to make the playoff, to be one of those top SEC teams. Have any of those coaches, have any of those programs really proven anything to you? They haven't, right? Like, yeah, Oklahoma had the 10-win season in the Big 12. That feels like ages ago after what you saw they did in the SEC. South Carolina was great last year in terms of being competitive against good teams, but they found a way to lose 3. Brian Kelly, he ain't taken LSU to the playoff yet. He ain't navigated those expectations. He hasn't won a game 1 and got the vibes rolling. It's been kind of bumpy for him at LSU. Florida, Billy Napier, Sunbelt Billy, we know how his tenure's gone so far. None of those coaches have really broken through and given you reason to believe. Josh Heupel, on the other hand, look, even if you take off the orange-colored glasses, Josh Heupel, his resume is pretty damn good. You know, I know we kind of laughed about it, but ESPN's Bill Connolly did have Josh Heupel ranked as the second-best coach in the country. Now, do I think he's the second-best coach in the country? No. But I'm saying his resume says he's pretty damn good. He's navigated and won 10 games, 2 of the last 3 seasons. You talk about the playoff and winning games. My whole life in football, they've talked about run game and defense. I think everyone still thinks Tennessee's going to be able to run the ball, right? Like, the offensive line, it might be one of the top units in the SEC, or at least one of the best offensive lines that Tennessee has had in a long time.
That's what people are saying.
The running game should still be really good. The defense, I trust Tim Banks. I trust Rodney Garner. Those guys are really good. There's still a lot of talent on the defense. It might not be aesthetically pleasing like Cody has said he wants, but hey, you went 10-2 last year and it wasn't very aesthetically pleasing. Now, did you win a national championship? No. Did you stay on the field with Ohio State? No. But you made the playoff, and that's what we're talking here. And Tennessee at plus 300, that's why I think it's a good value. I already have proof of concept that he can do it. I already have proof of concept that he can win 10 games, go 10-2 in the regular season. I ain't really got that with Beamer or Napier. I ain't seen Venables be able to handle the SEC.
The biggest question mark is the quarterback. But I think the reason that there's hope for optimism this year is that, like you're saying, we do have that proven formula that we were able to do it last year. So if you simply break it down to the quarterback position and you look at what we got now and what we had last year, I think a lot of people feel that we can get that same production out of somebody this year that we got last year.
Every single person has said that Nico sucked last year. Every single person has danced on his grave. Every single person has said, oh, look at all these deep balls he's missing. Oh, Tennessee's going to be able to easily replicate what he did last year. They're going to be able to have better quarterback play, or at least just as good. So then I ask, okay, then why is Tennessee not going to make the playoff? Why is Tennessee not getting more love? If you think that the quarterback play is going to be just as good, if not better, then why the step back for Tennessee?
Well, that makes sense logically, and that's the hopeful optimism, I think, for the fan base right now, is that if we can get just as good a quarterback play as, because the thing with Nico was always the hope for the future. You'd rather have Nico going into this year than you would Joey Aguilar. But based on what Nico did last year compared to what you think Joey could do this year, I think people are hopeful that it'll be just as good as a young and experienced Nico.
Well, it comes back to the same thing all the time. Nico, you can call him a game manager last year, and that'd be accurate. The stats don't jump out as a difference maker, right? Now, some clutch plays here and there against Alabama and Georgia. But for the most part, we would all say he was a game manager. Say what you want about Nico. He didn't really turn the ball over at a big rate. Joey's going to have to do the same thing. Joey's going to have to limit the turnovers, because to be a game manager, you got to limit turnovers. So that's part of my concern. And it always has been. And, I know we've been talking about it now for 4 months with this guy. Ain't nothing changed. He's going to have to take care of the ball.
It'll be the biggest question mark with him. I mean, we knew that from the moment we saw the film. Is like, this guy kind of turns it over a lot. Can he limit those in this system?
I know I just asked about playoff. Bubba said nah, 6-6, maybe 5-7. Cody, you said nah when it came to betting your life, but do you agree with me that at plus 300, there's some pretty good value there?
Yeah, when you look at the schedule, probably.
Okay, it doesn't sound like you're really.
Well, I think if you're asking me if it's a good value, I feel like if we were doing overrated, underrated, I feel like it's kind of a properly rated value.
Okay,
like it's about right, isn't it? 300 plus 300.
I don't think it's properly rated.
What would you set the odds at if you were the odds maker? More like plus 260?
I mean, like last year you were plus 200, basically. Plus 195, plus 200.
Okay.
Why are we so much worse this year?
Okay.
Like that's kind of how I view it. I mean, I view Tennessee. Tennessee is getting treated like the 20th to 23rd, 24th best team in the country. I think we should be back to where we were last year, where we're getting looked at as anywhere from 10th to like 15th best team in the country. I think we're like 5 spots undervalued.
The only thing I would say is the schedule. The fact that your 3 quote unquote big games, your big 3, 2 are on the road this year. Last year, 2 were at home. 2 of the wins you got that led to your playoff berth last year were Alabama and Florida, correct?
And Oklahoma on the road.
If you include Oklahoma, because I know you don't look at Florida the same way everybody else does. It's just hard for me to get past that fact that you haven't won in the swamp in 22 years.
That's fine.
It's hard for me to get past that. And I always look at the schedule in terms of, I've told you this many times, I never like the odd year schedule. Because in the even year schedule, I think you have an opportunity for 2 really good home wins. If you look at 2022, you look at 2024, hell, even go back to 2016 when you ended the streak against Florida. It's always the even years when you get your best wins. In the odd years, you have to go to Tuscaloosa and you have to go to Gainesville, 2 places we don't win at. And the problem is that the big winnable home game is the best team of those 3 now. When Georgia's at home, they're the hardest to beat out of those 3 teams. So while it is a manageable schedule otherwise, the other 9 games are all very much winnable. I think it's really tough when it comes to the way it shakes out with Florida, Georgia, and Alabama as compared to the even years.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that Georgia a little bit ahead of Alabama perception-wise as a program. So I agree with what you're saying. It's seen as being tougher to win at home against Georgia than it is being tougher to win at home against Alabama. I agree with that. But I think, and I'll fight this, like, to me, last year on paper, going to Oklahoma and going to Georgia, to me, is tougher than going to Florida and Alabama.
Well, if you include Oklahoma in this equation.
Well, I think you have to, because they're the 4th team on your schedule the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
They're the 4th team on your schedule the last 2 years. Like it's to me, it's a big 4. Not saying that Oklahoma and Florida are close to Alabama and Georgia, but I'm just saying 8 of your games you should win. 4 of them, the last 2 years you've looked at and said, okay, here's the 4 you got to navigate. You got to go 10-2 against you got to go 2-2 against these teams to get to 10-2. Oklahoma was more so that last year, of course, at Norman than it was in Knoxville than it was this year. But Florida last year wasn't, to me, one of those teams. Last year, I would have said you got to go 1-2 against Oklahoma, Alabama, and Georgia last year. That's the way I viewed it last year.
So do you think it's an easier path than last year, those 4 games?
I've already said that I think the schedule is easier than last year's. We'll dive into that after the break a bit. We'll get some of your comments. Bubba, reset us. Give us a timeout. Let's talk sports on FanRun Radio.
You're listening to FanRun Radio, the sports humans.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-88-99789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
If you're looking for a sports talk show that gets to the bottom of the biggest sports topics, then check out Under Review on FanRun Radio. I'm Bob Baskerville, and every day, Sam Beard and I cover the latest news on the Vols. We also widen our view to cover what's hot in the SEC. From local and national media pros to the coaches and players we all root for, we have the best guests and experts anywhere. So tune in weekdays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on AM 1340, FM 105.7, or stream live on our free app. It's Under Review on FanRun Radio.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life checking account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Join us for a trip to Mackinac Island for a stay at the beautiful Grand Hotel. Travel with us to southern Utah to witness the enormous, colorful, and unusual rock formations. Or join us on one of our many day trips. We're always on the go.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Are you ready to make your dream home a reality? Hi, I'm Bo Kregner, and here at the Kregner Group at Realty Executives, we know that finding the perfect home is more than just a transaction. It's about finding your sanctuary, your future, your happiness. Our team is dedicated to guiding you every step of the way, ensuring the smooth and stress-free journey towards home ownership. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, we're here to help. Call me anytime at 865-742-1035 or just visit us online at bonowshouses.com.
Hey Knoxville, Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together. Oh, it's Thursday. Little sports trivia tonight at Barley's. Round up your crew. Go out, try to win some gift cards. The draft's supposed to be broadcasting out there live from 3 to 6. Maybe they'll hang out and play. Maybe I'll round up some people, go out and play. School's back in session. Are you past the point now, Cody, where you get FOMO when school's time starts and you've put that out of your life, or are you like, man, school's in session, I wish I was back on campus?
Well, everybody's out and about down there. I've been doing the Ubers, you know. This girl last night, I was doing some Ubers down there, and it was the first night, I guess, that the freshmen were going out. And you can tell a big difference between a freshman and a senior. You don't really realize that when you're in school, I think, but when you get older and then you look at them, you're like, my God, what a difference.
But it really just hit me because my cousin is now a freshman at UT, and she's posting like all of her sorority stuff and like her rush and letter day or whatever they call it. I don't know. Midday. Yeah. And she's posting like all the freshman class, and I'm like, oh my God, I would have thought these girls were like 14.
They're
like,
very immature.
Yeah.
And like, they're just like, you can't even really talk to them. Like, you can talk to somebody who's 22, 23. Like, most of the interns we get here, the guys that come in are, they talk sports, and they're like, you can have a discussion with them. 18 is very much different. Anyway, this girl last night, I pick her up, and she's very upset. She's basically bawling. She's crying. She's
drunk,
squalling. I imagine she'd been drinking.
Underage?
I mean, 18, I assume. Like,
that's not the legal drinking age.
Well, no, but
you're not in trouble here. I'm not blaming you.
I mean, it pretty much is down there, depending on which bars you go to. I won't rat anybody out, but I think everybody knows the freshman bars, they call them. Anyway, this girl was so upset, and she got in and she told me the worst thing ever just happened to her. And she's torn up. Like, she's like, oh my God, the worst thing you could think of. I can't, I'm so upset, like in a bad way. And so my mind goes to like, the worst thing I could think of. I was like, oh no, this girl's like, she's been drugged or she's been assaulted or something. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, and so she's like, I got to talk to my friend. She talks to her friend. She gets off the phone. I was like, are you going to be okay? Are you all right? And she said, yeah, it's just that they took my fake ID. I was like, oh, that's what she's so upset about. They took her ID.
I got to say that probably would be pretty devastating. Right when school starts, all your friends are going to be going out and you can't go out. Yeah. Like, football season's here. Like, I mean, you downplay it because, of course, it's not the worst thing that could ever happen. It's not the
worst thing ever.
Maybe the worst thing that's ever happened to her, though. Maybe
that's what the perspective. Yeah. They have no perspective.
Maybe she's lived a charmed life, but that is tough when you lose your fake ID, especially right at the beginning of college, right when football season's here. Everybody's going to be going out, and you're not going to be able to go.
All my friends are going out, and I can't go. But to show that level of emotion, I was like, oh God. I was like, what a relief, Because she was acting in a very crazy way of like something really, really bad had happened, Did
you say, hey, let me know if you ever need booze? Here's my number.
No.
I'll drop it off for you. No questions asked.
No, I didn't say that.
Contactless delivery. Just give me a $20 tip, and I'll get you any booze you want.
I did not say that.
Wouldn't be a bad business idea for you. You pick up all these underage people.
It wouldn't be a bad business idea, honestly.
You just be like, hey, if you guys ever need booze, just let me know. Yeah. Make sure to tell me, like, it won't be me, but I got some guys. they'll drop them off,
and then it's me,
and then it's you. But just contactless. You'll just Venmo this account. Tell us what you want. It'll be at the door.
Yeah. I do like this time of the year, though. Everybody gets back, and it just brings a new energy into town. Football's right around the corner. It's a fun time of the year. The fantasy drafts start happening. Everybody's excited about that. Got ours here at the station next week.
If we get solid center play, we cruise to 9 wins. Right?
Hey,
GBMFO on FanRun TV. Is center play the difference in 9 wins or not?
That's something nobody's talking about. I got to say, it's a good point by him to point out the center. We are replacing our center. Nobody else is talking about that. Everybody's like, quarterback. We are replacing a very good SEC center. I think it's important.
Was he still very good last year?
I think so.
I don't know. That Brooks Austin, the film guy, he's been trying to like talk about how Mays was pretty overrated. That Tennessee isn't going to miss a beat, or that like it's not going to be hard to upgrade either quarterback or center position. Now, we all love Cade Mays and Cooper. We love the Mays brothers. Cooper Mays was pretty good as a center. and we thought of him, highly, but I don't know. I was just his whole thing is he's not playing the NFL anywhere, is he? Okay, so he wasn't that good. That's what the claim of the film guy that says he's dissected it says Tennessee's going to be just fine at center. I think the offensive line is going to be improved all across the board. I mean, I've been saying that. I know you two are worried, but what's the matter? What just happened?
I give it to you in headlines. Bubba just sent me some news I wasn't aware of. Crazy.
Well, that's a tease.
Yeah. Hour 3 coming up next.
We'll also look at those schedules we talked about. Tennessee's schedule last year compared to this year. Shout out to Chatsworth 1979. Says, listen to you while driving. Thanks for the daily sports info. Shout out to you, Chatsworth 1979. Kind of wild that you listen to YouTube while driving. I like it. I appreciate it. I love the people that watch on YouTube. Make love to that subscribe button, please. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and give us a like as well. Make love to that like button.
Oh, yeah. Also, shout out to Deron, who says Left Wing Reed loves Nico. Deron. Is that like a guy named Dylan living in
I read that as Daron.
My name is Deron.
Left wing.
I live in China.
Oh, my God. Bubba, send us a break. Be careful. Golly, bum.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. FANRUN Radio.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Phone's blowing up, but you're in the driver's seat. Ignore the buzz, keep your eyes on the street. No text back, no scroll, just let it wait. Attention on the road, that's the only way. Phone's blowing up, but you're in the driver's seat. Ignore the buzz, keep your eyes on the street. No text back, no scroll, just let it wait.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game, Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
Attention service members and veterans. Introducing the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. From court-martials to benefit claims, at Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, FANRUN Radio.
Round 3.
The world's greatest radio show. The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
Power rankings, Tuesday trivia. John Reed and Cody going wild, no Olivia. Wood grain on my leather seats. I got the whole team eating like I'm Johnny Eats. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Talk sports while I'm chewing a Zen. Ay. Talk sports while I'm riding to work. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville.
Hour number 3.
TalkSports 3.0.
Kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Want to remind you we're doing a college football pick'em, completely free to enter. A $500 cash prize to the winner, courtesy of SM Athletics. To join, just go Google ESPN College Pick'em. It'll pull it up for you. You go to group. You search for FanRun 2025. It's going to ask you for a password. You use the password FANRUN, all caps, FANRUN, and you join. Cody, have you got signed up?
No.
Did you not sit here and tell the audience that you were going to sign up 2 days ago at 9:57 a.m.?
Yes, I did.
Did you not say by 10:01, and then you said, okay, well, by today I'll be in there? Did you not say that?
That's exactly what I said. Yes.
Did you do it?
No, I didn't.
Why did you lie?
Well, I will say I gave it a shot. Went in there to the work computer, and I went to ESPN.com. I gave it a shot, and then I
Walk me through giving it a shot.
I couldn't remember how to log in. So I got to remember my login. It's going to be one of those deals where you got to send the email to reset the code and do the whole thing. And
I don't think I believe this at all.
No, that's the truth. I just
go to ESPN.com right now. I want to see if you're logged in.
I'm not logged in.
I want to see if you're logged in. I want to see if it's got your passwords on there. As much fancy football as this guy plays.
I'm not logged in. No, that's another thing I got to log in for. When I have a little hitch in the, what do they call it? A little bump in the road like that, it deters me from. I'm just like, I'll do it later. It's very it's procrastination is what it is. But like if I can't go right to it, I'm just like, oh, I got to deal with this now. I got to reset the password, because I don't remember how to log into this. I do this every year with ESPN.
Why don't you just make it an easy password?
I don't know. Don't want to get hacked.
Your ESPN? You're worried about your ESPN?
They might trade away all my good players.
You're worried about your ESPN getting hacked?
They might trade away all my good players. I don't know.
You mean to tell me you're not logged in on your phone?
I'm not.
I've seen your phone get 50 ESPN notifications.
Okay, well, maybe I'm logged in on the app, but can I do it there?
I see you get all those damn notifications.
Well, I'm showing you right here.
Oh, so-and-so dropped so-and-so in fantasy.
No, you're right. I do. So can I just do this in the app? Because, yeah, I am logged in here.
I mean, I think you can. It's under the fantasy and games, right? Isn't
okay?
There?
What's it called?
College football pick'em.
Is it Pigskin Pick'em?
I think maybe, but I want to say Pigskin Pick'em's NFL.
Oh yeah, college football pick'em.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna want me to log in.
I feel like you're already logged in, brother. Group.
Well, this is like it wants me to set up my own.
Just tell them you already have a group.
Do I go to groups, you think?
I think you hit groups, search groups, FANRUN 2025.
How do you spell 2025?
Join group.
Join group.
Password FANRUN.
Password caps.
All caps. Everything we do, FANRUN's all caps, just for the record, all the time. Just
entry to add. What should I call mine so people know it's me?
Cody's picks.
Well, now it froze up. What the hell, man? Oh, we got to do it again. Hang on. FANRUN. Capital FANRUN?
Yeah.
Is the F, is everything?
Everything,
capital?
all caps, my friend.
Why does it keep freezing?
All caps.
See, now I'm going to have to update the app. It's a whole thing. Let's try one more time. I think I'm just son of a gun. Okay, for now, I'll just change my name because whatever reason that's like throwing me off. So let's just do this. Join group. All right, I'm in. ESPN fan 463389667283131.
You could change your picks later and change your name.
All right, I'm in. I'll update that to reflect. Wow, we already got 4 pages worth of people in here.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think you're person number 99. I'd like to get to like 200 at least before we start, so that's why I'm hammering this live read. FANRUN, 2025, $500 SM Athletics confidence pool. I'm glad we walked through you getting there. I'm glad that I had to do it for you to make sure it got done.
Yep,
Bubba, have you joined?
No.
You haven't made any empty promises, though. You didn't say you're going to. I could see you not even playing. I don't really want to play, John. People will look at my picks and judge me. They'll steal my picks.
No, I'll play. It's not a necessity right now.
Well, don't forget. You got 9 days. You got 9 days. Don't forget.
I'll do it on the 8th day.
What a guy. Never on schedule, but always on time. Love that about you, Bubba. Let's hit some
That's
headlines.
how I would have been if I was God. I'd be like, I'll just do it on the 8th day.
Yeah,
I'm gonna. Oh, headlines for you. Here's a big one. This is what Bubba sent me. This surprises. Now everyone's tagging me in it. You could probably guess. This surprises me every year when this happens for the last like 6 years.
Keith Richards is finally done.
Oh, don't even joke. It's one thing to live to 98, 99, even 100. Happy 100th birthday. That happens all the time. Sister Jean is 106 today. 106.
Goodness gracious.
My God. Just die.
Why won't you just die already? That's sad.
100. It's not sad.
That's sad.
It's not sad. If I'm 105 and I got a birthday coming up, put me down.
No,
please.
Don't say that. You're getting in trouble again. You're gonna get in trouble
just
again.
Put me down.
You can't tell her to
God's
die.
sake.
We could quit wishing. We could quit wishing her a happy birthday though. That like she's not.
Why?
She's not really relevant
tagged in it
anymore
every year.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about you as much as I am.
People
Just
remember
like, just March Madness tweeting it out. We don't need to celebrate Sister Jean's birthday anymore. Like she had her run. She had that 1 year. Ha ha, good for her. But it's over.
106 years old today. I mean, congrats to her, I guess. You know, for being 106. Good genes, you know. Good Lord. Now, what's this you've sent me here about Joe Milton? I'm literally not throwing the ball hard. It just comes off my hand like that, Joe Milton said. I was born and blessed that way. So I feel like if you think I'm throwing the ball hard, then you shouldn't be in the NFL getting paid.
Yeah, it seems like he's taking some shots at teammates.
Old Rocket Joe. I watched another episode of that Cowboys documentary. You seen it yet? This is going to be my new Billy Joel documentary.
I can tell.
I'm going to keep asking you. Have you seen the Cowboys documentary?
When Cody finds something, boy, does he love talking about it. Hey, you seen this Billy Joe doc? Oh my God, this Dale Earnhardt doc. You got to watch it. It's the best thing ever. Oh my God, Landman. You ever heard of Landman? Oh my God, it's so good, John. You got to watch it. Oh, Mobland. It's the best show ever. Peaky Blinders is my favorite show ever. It's so good. It's the best show ever. Oh man, this Dallas Cowboys doc. This is fantastic. Oh, this new diet I'm on. Oh my God, have you ever seen it?
I did not talk up the Dale Earnhardt doc.
Yeah, you did.
Not to you. I didn't say, "Oh my God, John, you got to see the Dale." I knew you wouldn't care about it.
Now, maybe not. I won't fight you on that. Maybe not to me. Maybe that was you talking about it to other people
To
in the
NASCAR
office,
people.
to other people in the audience,
like Bubba and others,
and people in the office that I hear you talk about. Maybe
Tim.
Maybe that one wasn't directly to me.
NASCAR guys. When I tell you about
the poop cruise, you got to watch the poop cruise, John.
I mean, I did enjoy the train wreck series. When I tell you about a viral judge, who do you think of?
A viral judge?
Yeah.
Judy.
Well,
Dread.
Not that viral.
Dread.
Not as viral as Judy.
Steve Harvey.
If I showed you the guy's face, you'd know who I'm talking about.
Joe Brown.
Old man, old white man.
The woman in the viral video where the guy basically tells her she's thick like gravy or like grits or something.
Thicker than a bowl of oatmeal.
Bowl of oatmeal, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Like
this might be too niche of a headline, but
I have no clue who that guy is.
You don't know who that is?
No. I mean, I see his name.
Frank Caprio.
I mean, I could read his name, yeah.
You don't recognize his face, though?
No.
Okay. That surprises me, being as online as you
I'm
are.
not that online compared to you, bro.
Well, he died at age 88.
Well, who is he?
He's the guy who is in all the videos of, like, giving people really easy sentences or, like, just talking life with them when they're in his courtroom.
Okay.
Like, there's, like, an old man who comes in and has got a traffic ticket for $200.
Oh, you got to slow down, old man.
Yeah, but then he's like, no, you were coming home from work. You were working. You're a working man. And, like, I don't know. There's, like, a young black kid that he lets off. There's, like, an old white man that he lets off. And he's just like, I tell you what I want you to do. I want you to not forget about forget about the ticket. We're going to dismiss this today. And he like does good things for people. Like he seems like a guy who cares about the people in his courtroom more so than like I said, maybe way too niche for somebody in the audience will know who I'm talking about, but he passed away at 88. Paige Becker's had a big game. She had a big basketball game.
Yeah, she scored, 44, I believe. Tied the rookie record.
Yeah.
She's good, man. Better than Caitlin.
Stop.
She is.
Stop.
She is. She's better than Caitlin.
I don't want to hear that.
Why? Why do you care? You don't care about Caitlin Clark?
Because Caitlin Clark's supposed to be like the Michael Jordan of the WNBA.
Paige Becker's is LeBron James, then I guess. Better.
Oh, that's a terrible
better
thing to say. You're silly.
It's funny how winner guy system. Yeah, the whole system argument you used yesterday. It's funny how that doesn't work with Michael.
A bullet was fired into Andy Reid's office.
Patrick Mahomes throwing balls in there again. Just he's got some zip back in his arm. What the hell?
No, a gun bullet.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Back in May of 2024. I don't know why this is just coming out, but it's in the news. A bullet fired into the office of the Chiefs' Andy Reid. It says he installed bulletproof glass, actually, after this happened. Andy Reid's like, you're not gonna shoot me while I'm in here. Who the hell was firing a gun at Andy Reid? According to the report, the shot was fired from outside the Chiefs facility, went through the glass of Reid's office, and lodged into a wall about 15 feet from where he was sitting shortly after midnight on May 4th, 2024. Reid now has bulletproof glass protecting him in the office. He was unharmed, working alone last year in his office. Well, what happened? What was the motive? Why did this happen? Three gunshots struck the facility that night. One hit the third floor above Reid's office. The other hit an air conditioning unit. No people were struck by gunfire. No arrests have been made in the case. There is no indication that this was a targeted incident at any person or organization. Kind of weird, huh?
It's weird that we haven't heard about it.
Yeah, I'd say so. Nearly killed Andy. Okay, Cowboys coach expects to have Parsons in opener. Okay, yeah. Okay, what else we got? We got some preseason ball on. Oh, a couple other Tennessee notes for you that we had after yesterday.
Okay.
Wendell Moy was named to a preseason team on the true freshman that was David Sanders named to the freshman All-American team. Wendell Moy was named to the Polynesian All-American team or something like that. He's up for let me read this. Appointed to a preseason all-portal team. That's what it was, not Polynesian. I don't even know that he's Polynesian. That's a be careful on my part. David Sanders was on true freshman All-American team, and Wendell Moy was on the all-portal transfer team, all-transfer portal team. So a couple of linemen expected to have some good seasons there. And Chris Brazzell, all the charges were dropped against him following his traffic arrest.
Well, there you go. Good for him. So that's good. Okay. Good batch of headlines. Anything else you need to add?
Not off the top of my head.
All right, then. Bubba, send us to a break. We'll come back. You got any games lined up? What are you shrugging about? We need to get this guy a girlfriend. Give him a reason to be happy.
Who, Bubba?
How about just a smile on his face? You need breakfast? We need What can I do to make you happy, Bubba? To get you out of your funk?
You can't make Bubba happy.
I know. We try to be good to this guy. He's just always never happy. There's always something going on.
I can make Bubba happy. I said you can't make Bubba happy.
Oh, okay.
I make Bubba smile.
You're making the mistake of seeing somebody smile and assuming that means they're happy. And that's what happened to Robin Williams. Damn.
Ooh, that's deep.
Let's go to break. It's Talk Sports on FanRun Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is FanRun Radio.
Friday Night Lights are back, and that means so is the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Join me, Tim Hill, a.k.a. Vols Tim 85, and my crew every Friday night starting at 9:30 p.m. Live action, live calls, and all of the biggest talking points in East Tennessee high school football. It's the Friday Night Scoreboard Show presented by SM Athletics right here on FanRun Radio, 1340 AM, the free FanRun app, and streaming live on YouTube on FanRun TV.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah. They specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area, from Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive. Even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them FanRun sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Hey there, everybody. My name is Linda, and Talk Sports is my favorite radio show because them boys give me what I need. They don't pull any punches. They tell it like it is, and they're so funny. John's voice is sexy, and Cody reminds me so much of my late brother Donnie. It just warms my heart. Listen from 7 to 10 every weekday here on FanRun Radio.
Let's get back to talking a little Tennessee football. Just got finished a little bit of conversation we had earlier about the schedule. And I do got to say that I do think, and I said it a couple months ago, Cody disagreed, said I was crazy, said I was bonkers. But I do got to say that I think that this schedule sets up much better, or maybe I should say at least better than it did last year. You asked about the Big Four. I would say that at Alabama, at Florida, home against Georgia, home against Oklahoma, to me is easier on paper than at Georgia, at Oklahoma, with Alabama and Florida at home. And I only say that, Cody, just about those four, just because at Georgia by far is the toughest game out of all those scenarios. Agree or disagree?
I agree.
Why the question mark?
No, I mean, I agree.
It sounded like there was a question or a little ... a little hesitancy there with your agreement.
No, I agree with that. I was thinking ahead to, is Georgia at home tougher than Alabama on the road? But we're not there yet.
I think that how do you view and try to remove the little baby back meow talk of curses and not winning forever, but like on paper, how do we feel right now at Florida in 2025 versus how you felt at Oklahoma 2024?
See, this is why I disagree with you vehemently on this.
Okay.
Because I think this Florida team's going to be good. I think that their record is maybe not going to show it, because I agree with you when you say they're like 6-4 at best. I agree with you on that, but I attribute that to their schedule. That Oklahoma team last year was not good.
That Oklahoma team in the preseason, though, was coming off a 10-2 season.
But that was a Big 12 season that really didn't feel like a good they were 10-2.
They went 10-2. Regardless of how you feel about it, them going 10-2 is better than what Florida did last year.
Fine, but that Oklahoma team had no offense. They had no ability to put fear in you.
By the time of the game, sure, but that's not how we felt about it in the preseason with Jackson Arnold, a five-star redshirt freshman getting to start there. We looked at him and thought, this guy is supposed to be pretty good. Oklahoma took him to media days. Oh, wow, does that mean he's ahead of Nico? Wow, a leader already getting to go down to media days and talk. Like, I know the way the season played out, and you're not wrong about what that Oklahoma team was, but I'm talking about preseason looking at the resume.
It's hard for me to do that when we have the context of that.
Well, you have to try to. You have to try to.
I still think I disagree with you.
Well, if you have the results, if you have the results, you know that Alabama team was pretty mid last year. Like you have that you can go off of too.
And we think they're going to be better this year, right?
Right. I don't
got to play them on the road.
I don't think you necessarily felt that way, that you knew they were mid last year whenever you're looking at them before the year. Now, you probably thought there'd be a little bit of a step back without Saban, of course, but I think they were worse than we thought on paper. So sure, if we get the benefit of knowing that we navigated that run at 3-1, of course you're going to say that last year was easier.
But doesn't that speak to my point that Alabama's going to be better this year? Like, this Alabama team is going to be better than last year's Alabama team. So that would –
Is this year's Alabama team going to be better than last year's Georgia team?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Does that not even out then, because that's your big road game? It's not about Alabama versus Alabama. It's about Alabama versus Georgia.
Right, but you still got to play Georgia this year.
Sure.
The way I look at it is, like, beating Georgia is the most difficult opponent to beat.
Okay.
You'd rather have them at home, obviously.
Which they're at home this year.
But an argument could be made that beating Georgia at home will be as difficult or more difficult than beating Alabama on the road.
Okay, well then I would ask, what about beating Georgia on the road then? That must be really, really, really tough then, huh?
It is, but that's one game. And then you get a mid Florida team and a mid Alabama team at home.
Okay, now you get a
2024.
Okay, that's fine, but like, are you not getting a mid Florida team on? Like, so Florida was mid last year, but good this year. For what reason?
I think Florida will be better this year than they were last year.
Why?
Yeah.
If they were mid last year, why do you have confidence that they're going to be better this year?
Because I think they got better when Lagway came in part of the way through the year, and he's expected to be better this year. I would expect him to be better this year than he was last year.
What about Lagway made you think he was going to be better this year? Like what?
Progression. I mean, if
So
if a guy's
not necessarily anything you saw of Lagway, you're just assuming he's going to get better. Is that what you're saying?
well, yeah, if a guy comes back and he's got more experience under his belt, I expect him to be better. Like same thing with Nico, we were talking about. Like we all thought Nico would be better this year than he was last year, even though he wasn't great last year. I expect the same out of Lagway.
Okay.
And I think morale is good with that program. I think they turn things around halfway through the year, and they're coming in with a better. Now, you can say by the time we play them in November, they're going to be beat down again, and maybe they will. It just doesn't compute for me that this year's schedule is easier than last year's schedule with those four opponents in mind.
It's because you're afraid of Florida.
Yes, going into the swamp strikes more fear into me than that Oklahoma team with no offense.
It's just because you didn't know Oklahoma had no offense last year. People were talking at this point last year about.
So, are you wanting me to go?
People
back
are talking
to the
about Oklahoma's
last year.
Yes.
Like, well, what good does that do? We're not talking about what we
because we don't know
expected.
how this team. Because we can't confidently like use the results of you went 3-1 against those last year because. I can't argue that we're going to go 4-0 this year, or that we'll even go 3-1. I'm just arguing about how it looks on paper, and the schedule, how it shapes up, because we don't know what this like. We're arguing about something we know last year versus something we don't know this year.
I mean, I think I thought we were going to win at Oklahoma. Like, it's hard for me to remember exactly 1 year ago at this time, but I feel like I thought we were going to win.
I mean, we were 3.5-point underdogs in the preseason. Against Florida this year, we're 3-point underdogs in the preseason. So, like, it's similar in that regard. Like, the way the odds were set last year, like, Oklahoma was supposed to beat us in Oklahoma. They were favored same by more than Florida is favored against us right now on the road.
But we had no fear of losing to Florida last year, right? If we're talking about the preseason, we thought we were above Florida at that point. This year, I think
you not feel that way about Oklahoma.
I'd say I feel similar.
Okay, so
I feel like we're going to beat Oklahoma at home.
Okay, so it's a wash.
But I expect this year's Oklahoma team to be better than last year's.
Sure,
John Mateer.
Okay, I mean that's.
I feel like all of these opponents we're playing this year are going to be better than they were last year. I feel like Oklahoma's better with Mateer. I feel like Florida is better with Lagway. I feel like Alabama's better under DeBoer in year 2 than they were first-year coach.
So you trust Ty Simpson more than what we have with Milroe coming in?
I didn't say that. We're going back to the courtroom here.
Well, I mean, how are they going to be better then? Like, not every team,
in terms of
not every team just gets better year to year to year. Like,
no, I get that.
The idea of
I get
progression,
that, but most good coaches get better year 2. The jump from year 1 to year 2 is where you see the progress. Kalen DeBoer, fair to say, he's a pretty good coach based on his track record.
I would like to see how many have done so with redshirt junior quarterbacks, though.
Also, Alabama's got a veteran offensive line returning that is, poised to be pretty damn good.
Yeah, again, it comes back to me though. Redshirt junior quarterback, like making his first start as a redshirt junior, or like his first real start as a redshirt junior.
Are we acting like Jalen Milroe was some hero?
I think in the preseason people thought very highly of him. I think NFL guys still drafted him pretty high.
You don't think Jalen Milroe was good?
I think in the preseason last year people thought that about him though. I think Jalen Milroe still had some moments last year. Now, he sucked against us. We bottled him up. We were elite defense. But, like, he ran all over your LSU Tigers. He ran it right down Brian Kelly's throat nonstop.
Great game plan. Absolutely incredible game plan. It came back to bite him against Oklahoma because they tried to do the same thing, and Oklahoma was ready for that.
So it sounds like you really think that this these 4 games this year are at least comparable to last year's 4 games. Let's move past that. You at least think they're comparable when you swap out Georgia on the road for Georgia at home?
Well, for the sake of comparison, I mean, we're comparing the games, so I mean, yeah, I guess.
Right, but I mean, like, are you thinking that it's a no doubt about it? Last year was easier than this year, like no doubt about it. Like it's a big gap, or is it at least like very close?
To me, it's not that close.
Okay, how much of that is
much
of that is you being a big meow when it comes to Florida?
Well, as I told you, yes,
most of it probably.
Going to the swamp does strike fear into me when we haven't won. We haven't won there in 22 years.
Well, other teams have won plenty of times.
We won there in 22 years, John.
But most teams have won there many times.
We ain't.
I know, but most teams have.
22 damn years. Bubba's entire life.
And this was like
Bubba's lifetime.
Kentucky beat us twice in basketball last year, John. How are we ever going to beat them in the tournament? They beat us twice.
Bubba, what year was you born?
Oh, they beat us twice.
What year was you born, Bubba?
They beat us in the regular season.
Was you born in 03?
2000.
Oh, well, you're older than I thought. So we have won at Florida in your lifetime. But you get the point.
Okay, well, we hadn't beaten Alabama in a lot of people's lifetime in 2022. Guess what? We beat Alabama.
Guess what? We still ain't beat them on the road, which was my initial.
Had you ever seen us beat Oklahoma in your lifetime on the road?
We don't play them every year, bud.
Had you ever seen it? We don't play at Florida every year either.
We'd only played them on the road one time in my life.
Had you ever seen it?
That ain't quite fair to put it that way.
Yes or no? Had you ever seen it?
No.
Okay.
We had played Oklahoma one time on the road in my life.
All right. And you had
we did not win that game.
Yep.
I've seen us get beat 12 damn times at Florida and Alabama.
Never seen us beat Oklahoma, period, in football.
Right.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a straw man.
I think it's a apt comparison because you're the overarching point of it is I can't believe it until I see it is really what you're saying.
The overarching point of it to me, it's very simple.
You're scared of Florida.
This year, Florida and Bama on the road. Last year, Florida and Bama at home. Georgia going to be the hardest to beat either way. And Oklahoma is going to be better this year. So I think it's pretty clear. That last year was more manageable.
It's very convenient that you can say you had the foresight that Oklahoma sucked last year in the preseason, while also saying that they're going to. While also saying they're going to be much better this year.
You have John McClure. He's the top transfer in college football. People say. Many people say this.
How many SEC games has he played?
None.
Okay, so like,
but many people are saying this.
Well, that's like saying Joey Aguilar, current leader in yards per game. Wow, no one's giving him the rub. Like everyone's lined up to be, Mateer.
Listen, bud, I'm balled up. All right,
it's just convenient that last year you knew Oklahoma was going to suck. They had no offense, so you weren't scared about going to Norman, Oklahoma. But this year you're a little bit afraid of them coming into Knoxville because they got John Mateer.
Well, the way
it's just convenient.
The way that progression works, it's hard. Like I said, it's hard for me to separate what we know from last year to what we know this year when we're looking at these teams. If you're simply asking me, is this year's schedule easier or more difficult than last year's? I feel like I kind of get the context of last year to play into that. Because we would have had the context of 2022 or 23 to play into 24. So like, I think it's very clearly a tougher schedule.
And I think you're afraid of the boogeyman. I think you need to grow up.
Well,
that's what I think.
Well, maybe so.
I think if you put Florida's jerseys on Oklahoma last year, you'd have been terrified about going to Oklahoma last year.
Well, would you rather be playing Florida in Neyland or in the swamp?
I'd rather be playing them in Knoxville.
Right.
I'd rather be playing Georgia in Knoxville.
Would you rather? Yeah, but here's how I'm looking at it is we're not going to beat Georgia either way is how I'm looking at it.
Well, that's also a problem.
So I'd rather have the two winnable games, Florida and Alabama at home
Georgia
than on the road.
Regardless is the problem with your logic.
Well, if
you weren't going to beat them on the road, I'll tell you that much. You weren't going to beat them on the road, but
do you think
you can maybe
beat
them in
we're not going to go
Knoxville.
12-0 this year, right?
No, we're not going to go 12-0.
And what's the most difficult game on our schedule? It's Georgia, right? So
point spread wise, is it not Alabama? Like perception wise, right now, are you not?
You can argue that.
Are you not a bigger underdog at Alabama than you are at home against Georgia? I believe that's the case. No,
you can argue that maybe. I'd say it'd be comparable, but like nobody thinks we're going 12-0.
Sure.
So like, there's going to be a loss or two.
Sure.
Like at minimum.
Sure.
I'd say it stands to reason that Georgia, a team you haven't been within 14 points of in a decade, is probably going to be one of those losses. I'm not saying we can't beat them at home. I'm going to be balled up and fired up when they come into town. But
so
I'm just saying stands to logic.
So your claim here is that we are going to lose by more to Georgia than we will at Alabama.
So here's how I'm looking at it. Take Georgia out of the equation. Would you rather play Alabama and Florida at home or on the road? That's what it comes down to.
You can't take Georgia out of the equation, though.
I think you can when you hadn't been within 2 scores of them in 10 years.
You can if you're trying to win an argument. You can if you're trying to, like, neglect a big part of the damn equation. Like, hey, if I take out 4, all of a sudden 2 plus 2, it's not 6. I don't know if that makes sense. But you're taking out a big part of the equation. Georgia on the road versus Georgia at home. 1 game.
Not if you're penciling that as one of the losses.
Well, I think it's wrong to pencil it in as a loss. I don't think that we are automatically going to lose to Georgia.
I don't think we're automatically going to lose to them. I'm just saying.
Same way I didn't think we were going to lose in 22 to Alabama, but you did. Like you.
No, man.
You get scared of people, and you thought we were going to lose to Florida in 22 as well. Like
I did not. Yeah, stop it.
Like
Stop it. You're gaslighting.
You did. Like
stop the gaslighting.
Get scared of these. Just like you thought we were going to lose to Kentucky.
Pour that gas back in the tank.
Oh, John, we'd never beaten them when it mattered. Oh, they beat us twice in the regular season, John. We've never seen this team beat them. Oh, we can't beat Kentucky
I
in the
wasn't doing that either.
Oh, God.
I wasn't doing that either.
Oh.
I wasn't doing that either. I thought the first game was a fluke.
Remove the 4 games then. Syracuse or NC State tougher?
Syracuse probably tougher.
That's not how people talked about it last year. North Carolina State was picked to win the ACC by some people last year.
I don't know why we keep going back to what we were talking about in the preseason.
Because it matters. Just because Tennessee annihilated them doesn't mean
the truth matters.
Okay, well, just because Tennessee annihilated NC State doesn't mean that they weren't a quality team at the time.
Well, let me ask you.
On paper, Arkansas or Mississippi State, tougher road trip?
Arkansas.
Okay. Would you rather your road games be, what were your road games last year? Oklahoma, Georgia, Arkansas, and Vandy. Is that harder or easier than Mississippi State, Kentucky, Florida, Alabama? Like when you look at the bottom 2, I think
this year's harder.
You think this year's harder?
Yeah, Florida and
Kentucky
Alabama.
Kentucky and Mississippi State?
Florida and Alabama.
Georgia, Oklahoma.
Georgia.
Oklahoma was coming off of a 10-2 season.
I canceled Georgia out because that was a loss either way.
I can't fathom this logic.
I can't fathom what you're saying.
Okay, so you're telling me
I'm
that
canceling
it's tougher.
Georgia out.
You're telling me. Let's just.
You're looking at this like we're going to beat Georgia at home.
No, I'm not.
Let's have this
discussion.
discussion.
I'm not punting the game.
I'm not punting the game either. I'm looking at it logically in terms of we're not going 12-0.
That's fine.
And they're our toughest
I don't think
game.
That's looking at stuff logically.
They're our toughest game.
Just answer this question: a 10-2 team or a 7-5 team? Which one do you think is going to be tougher on paper?
10-2 team.
That's what Oklahoma was last year or 2 years. That's what they were coming into last year. They were coming off of a 10-2 season. Florida
in the Big 12.
Florida coming off of a 7-5 season.
They were 10-2 in the Big 12. These are not apples and oranges.
10-2 or 7-5.
The context matters. What Florida did in the second half of the season.
What did Florida do in the second half?
The schedule matters.
They beat Ole Miss. Like that's
buddy.
They beat Ole Miss.
Buddy, look at Florida's
They
schedule.
played one good quarter against.
Can I speak?
Wow, they played one good quarter against Georgia.
Could I have you do? Why don't you do a little task for me? Look at Florida's schedule last year and look at Oklahoma's 2023 schedule.
Okay.
Oklahoma went 10-2 in the Big 12.
Okay.
Florida played a gauntlet of SEC teams last year.
Okay.
So we're not going to do that.
While we're doing that, let's just do that for your sake. While we're doing that, how many playoff teams did Florida beat last year?
They didn't beat any.
They didn't beat any top 4 teams last year?
Would be 12 teams, right?
Well, I know, but even if we're doing, I'll give you 12, but definitely not a top 4 team, right? 2023 Oklahoma, they beat Texas, right?
Okay.
So you would say that they had a better win than Florida had last year, correct?
Okay.
Yeah.
And let's look at those other 11 games there, bud.
I'm just better win.
Who else they beat?
Who'd Florida beat last year?
Ole Miss and
Ole
LSU.
LSU.
You're not counting LSU?
I mean, if you want to. that's fine.
So Florida had 2 quality wins. We can play this game all day. Florida had 2 quality wins. Oklahoma had 1.
I don't view LSU as that quality of a win.
Well, that's
LSU at
bias.
home. Don't really view that as that much of a quality win.
That's your bias here in the courtroom.
Not that different than going at BYU. Not that different than going any of those.
Regardless.
Ole Miss at home.
Regardless.
Beating Texas on a neutral site. That is much better. And that's without looking at, again, 10-2 versus 7-5.
Regardless, that Oklahoma team couldn't score
Mississippi
points
State
last
was the
year.
worst team in the SEC last year. Replacing Arkansas with them is clearly a win for the schedule. Clearly a win for the schedule.
Yeah, you get that one.
Kentucky and Vandy a
you
wash.
get that one.
Kentucky and Vandy a wash. You could honestly say
That's
playing
not
at,
a wash.
You could honestly say playing at Kentucky much easier than playing at Vandy. If you want to do your whole lifetime thing,
I think
Bubba,
you're
how many
totally
times,
backwards.
Hey Bubba, how many times in your lifetime?
Totally backwards.
Hey Bubba, how many times in your lifetime have you seen Tennessee lose to Kentucky in football? How many times have you seen Tennessee lose to Vanderbilt in your lifetime in football?
I mean, how many times has that happened since 2000?
You're so backwards on this.
We lost to Kentucky
Playing
once,
at Kentucky,
twice in a non-COVID season. We've lost to Vanderbilt much more than twice.
You're
in
talking
your lifetime.
respectfully. You're talking out your ass here. Playing at Vanderbilt in front of a stadium full of orange is not harder than playing at Kentucky.
I don't think you can
at
say that.
Kentucky is a more difficult road game than at Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt
in any stretch of the imagination.
Okay, so just for the record, the same Vanderbilt that beat Alabama and almost beat Texas. That team,
stadium full of
orange. That team that
stadium full of
stadium
orange.
full of red when they beat Alabama. No,
we're not talking about that.
Yeah, we are. We're talking about last year's team.
Well, them beating Alabama made everyone aware of their danger. We were ready for them by that time. By the time we played them in the last week of the year,
they lost by 3 a couple weeks later against Texas.
Okay, and we played them in the last week of the year. We were ready for them.
Texas wasn't ready for them.
Stadium full of orange is not more difficult.
So you're going to sit here and tell me that Kentucky this year is going to be better than Vanderbilt last year?
Stadium full of blue, stadium full of orange. No, I'm not saying Kentucky's going to be any good. That's not what I'm saying. But I think that you're so far off on this. Now you're having to talk about Kentucky and Vandy, and like you're having to pick apart the schedule.
So
like
Florida, Florida's 2 big wins being, at home. Does that diminish their wins over LSU and Ole Miss for you last year?
No.
Stadium full of blue.
No,
they're playing in a stadium full of blue.
You're so far off.
Now
you're so far down this hole you've dug.
No,
you're so deep in this hole that you've dug. You know this is not right.
All right, just for the record, 2025 Kentucky is going to be better than 2024 Vandy in your mind?
No, but that doesn't matter to this argument.
How does it not?
You've picked the 6th, the 8th most important.
We're looking
game.
at the full entire schedule.
You've picked the 8th most important.
We're looking
game.
at the full entire schedule.
The fact that you have to go on such a stretch to go out on such a limb to try to prove this point, like I already told you, Syracuse is going to be better than NC State. Oklahoma's going to be better.
I don't think you can say that. And perception-wise,
Syracuse won 10 games last year.
No one has
with
picked
your logic.
No one
has
with
Oklahoma.
No one has picked Syracuse to win the ACC.
Syracuse won 10 games last year. Did they not? By your logic, you're using that for Oklahoma. Did Syracuse not win 10 games last year?
How many did NC State win the year before?
Answer my question?
How many did NC State win the year before?
I don't know.
And no, Syracuse won 9 games. They were 9-3.
They were 10-3.
We don't count bowl games here.
I'm
We're talking
counting the
regular
bowl
season things. They were 9-3. Let's look and see what
10-3.
Let's look and see what NC State schedule was. Let's do
They
that.
were 10-3.
Let's look and see
You're
what
wrong
NC
on
State
this,
was.
buddy. You're a great arguer, but you're wrong.
Let me just.
You
make it
are
clear.
wrong.
Let me just make it clear.
The
Oh wait,
judge-
what do you know? NC State 9-3. Same schedule.
The
same
judge
record as
would
Syracuse.
rule in my favor here.
So let me get this clear. You can't count Georgia. You got to throw Georgia out because that
It's a wash.
We're throwing Georgia out.
It's a wash.
Playing them at home and on the road, same level of difficulty. Let's throw them
I
out.
didn't say it's the same level of difficulty.
We're going to throw it out regardless.
I
Tennessee
didn't say
can't
that.
win at home. We're going to throw it out. You can't count that. Can't count the worst SEC game either because Vanderbilt and Kentucky. We're going to throw that out.
Irrelevant,
Who cares?
right.
Who cares if Vanderbilt is better than Kentucky and he agrees
Right,
Vanderbilt is
they're
better than
irrelevant.
Kentucky?
Look at Florida and Alabama.
We're just going to look at Florida and Alabama because that's the only way you can make the argument.
Do I want to
Florida
play
and
them
Alabama's
at
a
home or
road.
do I want to play them on road?
Let's throw. Never mind the fact you'd rather play Georgia at home than on the road. No, throw that one out.
My 2 biggest rivals.
Throw
Do I
that one
play
out.
at home or on road?
Doesn't count.
Which do I pick?
Doesn't count. Vandy's a bigger rival.
I
than
just
Florida
think you're
anyways,
so
too.
wrong here. I think you're so wrong.
And your logic is just, well, you can't count Georgia.
My
Georgia doesn't
logic
count.
is flawless. My logic is flawless.
You know,
we haven't been within 2 touchdowns of Georgia in 10 years.
It is a good method.
It is a fact.
Every point I make to be like, well, that doesn't count.
Well, it is a fact.
It doesn't count. Well, 7-5 is just as good as 10-2. The big mighty SEC, 7-5, 10-2. That's just as good.
If you want to say in your world we're going 12-0,
never mind the fact they didn't beat any playoff teams, didn't beat anybody.
That's a very small piece of this discussion. If you want to say in your world that we're going 12-0, that's fine. I like that you're Volled up. That's cool.
What have I said that says we're going 12-0?
Well, you act like you're not penciling in Georgia as a loss. So, like, I mean, you got to lose somewhere on the schedule.
Yeah.
I think it stands to reason. It's most likely you lose to the team you haven't been within 14 points of in 10 years. And the most difficult game on your schedule might be the one that you lose. To me, that stands to reason.
What the hell are you even saying?
I'm throwing out Georgia is what I'm saying. That's why I'm looking at this through a Florida and Bama lens. And you can say what you want about Oklahoma on the road versus at home, but I think Oklahoma is going to be a better team this year than they were last year. I think that's apparent to people. Hell, people are high on Oklahoma. Playoff dark horse, some are calling them.
Go back and look at what they were saying about them last year in the preseason. Go back and look and see what they were saying about NC State in the preseason.
You keep going back to
that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
Well, you keep going back to the preseason.
It's about what they're saying this year. This year, they'll be right about these dark horses. Last year, they were wrong. Last year, those dark horses don't count. This year, they count.
Guy, you keep going back to the preseason, but this started with you simply asking me which schedule is more difficult, this year or last year?
Mm-hmm. On paper, before the season was the conversation.
Well, I don't really care about on paper or whatever. Like, to me, this year clearly a more difficult schedule than last year. Clearly.
And that's wrong.
I don't think so.
That's wrong.
I think you're living in a fantasy world.
I think you're scared of Florida.
They do strike more fear into me than Oklahoma's offense did last year. That's true.
We can't possibly beat Georgia at home.
Who was the quarterback Oklahoma trotted out last year after Jackson Arnold didn't work?
We can't possibly beat them.
Who was that guy we beat?
Last call on the other side. It's Talk Sports on FanRun Radio.
You're listening to FanRun Radio, the sports humans. Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the volunteer state. Smoked daily by pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134. For directions and to look at the rest of the menu, visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Airlines have just reduced their prices even more. Book 30 days in advance and save big.
Want the absolute lowest prices on your airline tickets? Then call the Low Cost Airlines Travel Hotline right now. For prices so low, we can't publish them anywhere. The only way to access our low rates and save up to 70% is to call. Save hundreds on your vacation tickets by calling right now. You can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go and pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-631-1754. 800-631-1754. 800-631-1754. That's 800-631-1754.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-88-99789.
Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet. So far today. Sorry for going to you too quickly, Bubba. If you weren't ready, I know you got a lot of stuff back there you're doing.
All right, good. Well, there's a couple things here. We've got Gable Stevenson,
okay,
Olympic medalist, athlete, failed pro wrestler, making his MMA debut. Also involved in some pretty serious scandals as well. No amateur fights, going straight to the pro debut, so that's kind of weird. We have Tyler Badgett of the Chicago Bears, the first quarterback to receive a contract extension since Jay Cutler in 2014. Over a decade for the Bears to sign any type of quarterback to an extension. We had racing news. NASCAR put out their schedule for 2026. Kind of dumb, kind of cool, is what it is. Don't really care too much. They're doing an all-star race during the day, which is really dumb, but that's just me. We had the story about the Yankees drafting a guy who would knowingly draw on a swastika on a Jewish student's door in college. So they might be facing hot water. We have Dallas Baptist joining the Pac-12 in baseball starting in July 1st of 2026.
Wait. Say that again. Dallas Baptist is joining the Pac-12?
In baseball starting in July 2026.
Now, with the Pac-12, like Oregon State's been a really good program in baseball,
Yes.
right? Has Washington State done anything?
Not really.
Okay.
But Dallas Baptist will definitely improve any type of.
No, them in Oregon State, I mean, that's a pretty good 1-2 punch. Any of those other programs in the new zombie Pac-12, they worth anything?
I honestly
we don't know.
Haven't really checked their track record too much.
No, that's fair.
We have Tiger Woods trying to lead a new future competition committee for the PGA Tour with Theo Epstein. Careful with that last name. That guy helped reshape the MLB, which is crumbling. Woods says nothing's off the table, so they could just gimmick up the PGA Tour, which would not be ideal. We have Lady Vols soccer. If you said that they had 2 top 5 wins in 3 games, I'd believe you. As that happens, as they shut out UCLA last night, 1-0. And now they're in the top 10 after being unranked for the start of the season. So 3 games in, you go from unranked to ranked. That's pretty much it from my end, John.
So they go from unranked to top 5, which, I mean, I think if you beat the number 1 team in the country and then you turn around and beat the next team 9-0, 9-0, I think that is worthy of having that big jump. I liked what the coach said, though. The coach said, hey, we've been really good for a while. It's time for us to try to be great.
Wow. I like that. What's her name?
It's a guy.
Oh.
Put some respect on Joe Kurt, please.
Yeah, he's been around a long time, hasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. I should have known that. Well, congrats to them. The fact that they're making the news is big.
All right, so Cody, you're out tomorrow, right? You're gone?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll be gone. I got a lot going on tomorrow.
Yeah. I guess the 5 days that we were off last week wasn't enough. Got to take a 6th one.
Well, it's the last day I'll be missing for several months.
At least a week or so,
as
hopefully.
Football gets going. We got our fantasy draft. Get together with the boys. And
got to sleep over. Got to get to. The
Just
draft's
me
on Saturday, right?
Me and a bunch of fellas. Yeah, but we paid for this house for 4 days, so it's you want to get your money's worth, you know. And I'm supposed to cook for everybody tomorrow, so it's a whole
Okay.
deal.
Well, enjoy your time off. You've worked really hard. You deserve a break.
I have worked hard. That's true.
It's been a while since you've had a break. You need one. So
I am.
Bubba, I'll see what we can put together for us tomorrow. Or Bubba there. Gotta do a damn 2-man show and co-host everything. You owe him an apology. You owe him lunch or something. He's a champ. Under review coming up next.
For Josh in the audience, I have no control of the subject.